Come on. The cleanup crew, this is where your shit stops. Come on, yeah. The cleanup crew, this is where your shit stops.
Copy, writer, rhyme writer, who ride and flyer. The skywriters hire to prior with more punches than prize fighters. So fuck a handout, put your hand out, man down on live wire. A psycho hired with fire. Michael Myers versus Mike Myers. He camped out and ran out when a ride will stand out like highlighters. I pay a bitch to blaze my spliff, yeah, I call her my highlighter. Baby, I'm high, where's my lighter? Crazy, I don't care, a fighter. Popping so much shit and dropping so much shit, I'm tearing diapers. But why would I wear a diaper? Told you, I don't care to type to enter matches and wear whatever matches my pair of nights, bruh. I put the pair on ice, bruh. Save for a rainy day, clouds ain't forming for this ain't a brainstorm. You ain't seen rainy days. The panty brain, never no limit, never no snippet, never mimic method, man. Checking the methadone clinic. F a whole critics, magazine article, them faggots gon' need magic bean gardens to actually argue you blasphemy or commit blasphemy. Catastrophes target you, magazine writers. Particles was my magazine cartridge. Shoot hard for you, but simple for myself. Schizophrenic, pick the limo, rent it, then chat and hit the mental word for help. Insurance covers all incidentals for myself. Get a pencil, use my mental to bend it, order it to melt. Origins unknown, but I'ma need orange juice and margin. Pour up till I belch until the floor hits and euphoria is felt.
They say they bring the fire, they barely open flames, not even smoldering. Struggle rappers go away. I throw your tracks away and polish up the inbox. The cleanup crew, and this is where your shit stops. Come on. The cleanup crew, this is where your shit stops. Yeah, the cleanup crew, this is
just
where
a fair warning, we're boring like Lebanon. If you gory, if weapons drawing, and we're smoking Cubans like shooting at Gloria Estefan. Morning you set before it's 7 in the morning. Bet you got no breakfast. This tech is wreck, wake like heaven in a reverend song. You are now witnessing the metamorphosis of metaphors. It's better for this than the letter torching kid. I made earth, then I gave birth, then I said abort this kid. But before abortion hit, I led him toward the orphanage. Call up a bitch, they like some more, like Oliver Twist. Let her polish the dick, then I frolic with Oliver chicks. Shoot a motherfucking undercover with a motherfucking undercover barrel. Dumb and Dumber Harold, you singing them Dumb and Dumber carols. I'm too potent, why you motherfuckers stare? I'll give you a new heart like
I'm Lara, this is my brother Daryl, this is my other brother Daryl.
I run a rare brothel of underwear models that are unaware. Money share to come in their times. About damn time, now you see the blues. You're stepping on landmines and ballerina shoots. You cowards need a clue. I'm the illest on the mic, of course, minus the life support. Tripe is the white you snort. Try it and die your corpse. R.I.P. My competition on a mission. Watch and listen. Either way, I'll leave decay on all your victims. Verbal menace / herbal chemist. Burn and spinach. That'll make your eyes pop like Popeye when my words are finished.
Oh, you bug. See right. Clean up.
Yes. It's a cleanup crew. Got a lot of people in the house right now. We got Justus in the house.
Hey, we actually got Justus squared.
Justus squared. Got mini Justus on the shoulders.
Yeah.
We got RoQy TyRaiD in the house. We got it. Yeah, we're also sharing the mic. Sorry, guys. But and then we got Solute in the house. What's up, man? Hello. We got him off in the corner because he's under the weather.
He's contagious.
He is contagious. Man, so we got a lot to talk about tonight. Like, first and foremost, I do kind of want to address what happened in Las Vegas, like, just for a second. That's crazy. It sucks for everybody involved. Like, Vegas to Arizona is like our kind of an extension of our community. You know what I mean? We do a lot of stuff up there. They do a lot of stuff down here. We spend a lot of time there. It's part of the Southwest. So much love and prayers out to the people out there.
Yeah, special shout out to everybody out in the Las Vegas scene right now dealing with that on the first-hand standpoint. So yeah, it's definitely a tragedy to say the least. What we don't need to do is be a bunch of jerks. There's children present, so I can't speak exactly how I want to about certain people who are using this as an opportunity.
We got headphones and then we got earmuffs.
Oh, earmuffs. Don't be a dick and get on the conspiracy theory Alex Jones nonsense and your inside jobs and all that. 60 people died. It's like under 1,000 people who were wounded and scores of and multiple people who are indefinitely and permanently scarred and will have to deal with PTSD when they just wanted to go to a show.
Did y'all see the picture of Homeboy flipping off the shooter?
Yes, that was dope.
That was pretty grimy.
That first moment when I glanced at it, I definitely was like, wow, this dude's got cojones. And then he took a sip from his tall can, and I was like, wait, okay, so I'm in this situation, and Homeboy's flipping off the shooter. I might have punched him in the head. Simply because if you're shooting at people, you're going to pick out the guy with the middle finger up.
Yeah.
And the tall can.
And his aim wasn't exactly precise. He was shooting fish in a barrel, so he starts shooting at that dude. He's hitting everyone in proximity. That dude's a moron.
But I respect his heart for the matter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
courage is a hell of a drug.
Man.
It's Vegas, though. It is Vegas. And you know what, man? I don't know. 520 something people.
Something like that, yeah.
I mean,
And like a lot of them are in like critical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to sleep and there was 2 individuals who were murdered and like 100 people who were wounded, and I woke up and it was like literally about 55 people at that point.
Yeah,
so.
last count I saw was like 60 plus. It just sucks, man.
Yeah.
It's sad.
And it's literal terrorism. Like, how come we're not calling it that
Well,
right
it's
now?
because he's white, and white privilege is a motherfucker when you are a domestic terrorist, you know?
Yes.
He was just a quiet guy that listened to country music. That is not how they would have referred to an Arabic or a Muslim or a black.
You know what's crazy?
But he said his mom cookies, though. There's no way he could be a terrorist.
You know, and he's always been just the quiet fella. He just keeps to himself. Cookies.
Yeah, cookies.
Yeah.
Cookies.
And it's funny because I posted about it earlier. And this dude like literally was comparing it, like he was saying, well, you can't really speak on this because there's so much violence at hip hop shows. And I'm like, yo, what? I don't know. That's another topic altogether.
Listen, this is like the tangent of all tangents. We're gonna get stuck on a rabbit trail and not talk about anything we came here to talk about.
That's true.
Where is the little dude? What's his name?
Unorthodox.
No, that's unfortunately perfect timing because I wanted to definitely. I saw him on Saturday and like shook his like tried to me dab, shook his hand, like shook hand and shit. But like I wanted to definitely speak about the whole privilege nonsense and knocking the Latino community with specific comments while we're on the air, and I missed my shot. So.
I'm just disappointed he's not here. I want to put little homie up on game.
Yeah, he definitely. Oh, you know what? Got a message from right now. Leaning towards no, but there's a chance I can make it in the second hour.
Good. I call bullshit. He's a punk. You're a bitch for not showing up with Unorthodox. Hope you're listening, and if you don't, check out the podcast when they upload it to their podcast channel.
Yes, sir.
Wait.
Spreaker.
You didn't show because you're scared. It's okay.
Man, I was actually really looking forward to the back
I was
and forth.
too, man.
I really,
I'm
really
not
was.
gonna lie, it was hell getting here. I got a 2.5-year-old with me due to my it's festival season. I haven't eaten dinner yet. I was looking forward to educating the youth. This was a community
You
give
still
back.
can because he's going to listen to the show.
No, it's not the same, man. To look a man in the eyes and be accountable for your words is much different than listening to a podcast.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I don't know what questions he was going to ask. You know what I mean?
I do. I'm just not going to bring them
I
up.
have an idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what they
Because,
were.
I mean, since you're here and since you're the homie.
I can't judge
you know
him.
what I'm saying?
I don't know what he was going to say.
It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a good show.
Regardless.
Yeah, we'll play a little bit of music. We'll come back, talk to Justus. We got RoQy, TyRaiD, Solute in the house as well. And, so we will be back shortly. And I'm going to start off with, let's see what I got here. This.
Yeah, this is a
All
radio
right,
show.
thank y'all for tuning in. Clean Up Crew, Radio Super.
That's a microphone.
House party on the block, man. Everybody ran when the shots rang. Niggas start fighting when the thoughts came. Guns got drawn on the lawn and the cops came. And this happened in some suburbia. Niggas wanna bang for a name cause they ain't heard of us. Shit is really hurting us. Nobody wanna work with us. They make the city look bad. You niggas ain't murderers. Friends killing friends over jealousy and money. Bitches fucking homies, other homies like it's funny. Summer heating up, you know it happen when it's sunny. So be careful how you moving or get caught up like a dummy. Run it. I'm all up in your pockets if you stunt. Pick locking your doors and take whatever out your bucket. It's nothing. Smoking out the 85 cutlass. Seat laid back, way back, counting ducats. Ay, riding through suburbia. Them ill niggas with it, bitch. Don't act like you ain't heard of them. That beef shit ain't hurting us. They really got a problem. Tell them niggas come and murder us. And ain't nobody serving. Put them in the hearse, take that mark to the church with us. We just riding through suburbia. To live and die in suburbia. They was always hating, trying to take my shit. In between classes, trying to take my bitch. Mad cause I was rapping and they played my shit. Niggas couldn't hang, so they hate my gift. I'm running out of weed, let me lace my split. Crossfaded, nigga had to drink my fat. Stumble out the function, trying to take my piss. Getting hounded by some fans, trying to take my pics. Everywhere I go, I got them yelling out inland. Niggas was ashamed until that nigga Trish did it. Honorable mention, okay, best to ever spit shit. Fans got my name tatted, tell me I ain't did shit. 4 tours deep, nigga, tell me I ain't did shit. Album on the shelves now, independent business. Down for my niggas, put whatever over bitches. Handing out tickets to whoever wanna get it. Nigga, riding through suburbia. Them ill niggas with it, bitch, don't act like you ain't heard of them. That beef shit ain't hurting us. They really got a problem. Tell them niggas come and murder us. And ain't nobody serving us. Put them in the hearse, take that mark to the church with us. We just riding through suburbia. To live and die in suburbia. Niggas be getting shit twisted, nigga, like shit don't crack. In the suburbs and shit, like shit don't even. Shit is everywhere. No matter where the fuck you at, nigga. It's the alien, bitch. Don't get that shit twisted, nigga.
Go ahead and nod to it. Swear all the content is relatable. I swear. Just let it play its course. Okay. Winning be the only thing they know you for. And then everything changes like you Okafor. And you playing your role and keeping hold of what they hold you on. Remind them what they know until they know you gone. Like do believe it, let your memory lock in. Like when locking the door, soon as top become the topic. And she take all that off, seeing how roomy the drop is. Yeah, I just want you all to feel the aura of the logic. We can keep the shit honest, we all about a profit. And I'm all kinda in love with the shit, like it's a problem. Cause I seen how that problem stood up on top of problems. Down for the count, I counted down and said, yo, I'm in, till I'm in. A 911 Porsche without a 911 car. Around my way, they go together like you rocking up a yard. And if the topic that I'm on isn't quote unquote real, then at least Apollo here to get the kill. And you can still nod to it. Go ahead and nod to it. Nod to it. Go ahead and nod to it. You can still nod to it. Nod to it. Go ahead and nod to it. Nod to it. You can still nod to it. Nod to it. Go ahead and nod to it. Nod to it. You can still nod to it. Nod to it. Go ahead and nod to it. I swear it's like I'm Bleak Gilliam on the bridge, hitting the trumpet, playing sing so 8-0 in repetition for comfort. No, I sing for payrolls, but stuck on how you dub it. Like if ever you should share this and it puts out a discussion. There's part of me that wants it to be everything that matters, and there's part of me that grew up where you went up whipping batter. But this don't even matter, like why should we pretend? But if it came back up, then how should we begin? And the thought of the greatest, well the story is vital. But when you get to aiming and they say you hit your rivals, I'm just aiming at making this shit here last forever. Lisa Wu X and returning a DM from a joint that's Lisa Wu sketch. Do it how they taught us when they had us in the pocket. Said the aim will come in handy when they get away from logic. If the topic that I'm on isn't quote unquote real, then at least Apollo here to get the kill. And you can still nod to it. Go ahead and nod to it. Nod to it. Go ahead and nod to it. You can still nod to it. nod to it, nod to it, nod to it. You can still nod to it. Go ahead and nod to it, nod to it. Go ahead and nod to it. You can still nod to it, nod to it. Go ahead and nod to it, nod to it. You can still nod to it.
About publicity, I don't care about the size of your team, I don't care about your marketing team, I don't care if you're a star overseas, I don't care how many blogs you've seen. You rap niggas ain't as raw as you think. You rap niggas ain't as raw as you think. You rap niggas better bow to me. You rap niggas better bow to me. You rap niggas better bow to me. You rap niggas better bow to me.
Adorn a ceremony, your robes is flowing over my shoulders. The throne approaches, world dormant, sober respect, and lower their heads and across the souls of the form of motion. The room is quiet and the flow is open. Dignitaries from various foreign areas arose to their chairs. Traditional clothes of this foreign affair. The choir was told to sing as the ominous organs played. A random heckler's gag shack on the dragged away. New dawn, new day, new king, better follow orders. You pop a toss a stone at the castle or drop a boulder. My malice Indian, Palestinians, violent lineage. Surrounded Izzy's, callous ministers, coward minions. Rappers call themselves the Dawn like the Godfather. I call myself the Dawn cause I rob darkness. Y'all revolve around, I'm in ride. I'm a carrier, just kinda die. Cats take bullets. Nothing's deadlier than envious trends upset this and past you. Threw me to the wolves and return the head of the pack with animalistic traits and Hannibal at the game of villains and amicability have been erased. Apparently you're misanthropic and skip through a different topic. Niggas is remiss of logic if they feel convinced I lost it. Wishing narcissistic self-proclamations behind your records got the net buzzing. You couldn't change the game with that eject button. Generic tats, stupid glasses, and emasculate skinny pants that was made for dancing in Zumba classes. Kiss my bands, tell me who the master. I'm disgusted, y'all. You like the Pam Olive for weave of struggle bars. I am Amenhotep of the Fropec, descended from comedic genetics and so Wesley. Lakers purple and gold on my raw garbs. 5 elements of hip-hop on my coat of arms crown me. Enemies of the squads, fake sharing the similarities of the Kennedys and the Starks crown me. Dead in relationships won't equate to a loss of profit. Burn a bridge down the river upstream or walk across it. Chess master after bread baskets like Boba Fett clenching on blasters and jetpacks. You veterans losing their grip dues. Remind me of dog shows. Same boring routines, different days, same shit too. Most of my favorite rappers lost their hunger, now they rhymes weak. Say them phoned in performances for live links. Niggas garbage, I travel simple artists like Simba's father. After falling backwards, go problematic, I scar you bastards. I am king, frozen tame like a lion's mane. Pride of primal rage. No asylum, but around the page. No earrings, chains, or bracelets. Only gorilla ever consider getting his braces. Crown me. I push the central like an emperor. Little honesty don't bother me, dog. A prodigy, whipping economy cars. Sway admitted I'm dope. If this beat was Captain Phillips, some Moose in the fisherman's boat. Challenges be damned and they plan to resist. They panic and abandon they ship. They scared stiffer than mannequin tits. Give us the time to waste. You capsize before you ride the wave. If there's levels to this shit, then I'm the final stage. Y'all better crown me. Crown me.
Radio Super.
Yeah. Yeah. Get mad, get aggy with it. I'm a bully to the beat, I'm a daddy with it. I hold her so tight when I'm doing my thing. She told her friends I'm a baddie with it. Don't bother with it. I'm a double champion, I'm cornering it. Give me the beat, give me the mic, I swear down. You already know I'm bodying it. Way too mucky with it. If it's not dank, I'm not fucking with it. If she's not gang, I'm not woodying it. Them man are jokers, they're funny with it. He keeps copying it. Down to the way I dress, he's copying it. Down to the way I do my thing on Instagram, I checked his and he's copying it. Too calm with it. Them on a sports direct, I'm Harvey Nicks. His new CD so dry that I hope that he hands out some lip balm with it. Yeah, too raw with it. So hard I'll snap man's jaw with it. You're not a serious guy, you're a donut. You're gonna make man snap in a minute. If I get mad, get aggy with it. Get mad, get aggy with it. Get mad, get aggy with it. You're gonna make man snap in a minute. If I get mad, get aggy with it. Get mad, get aggy with it. Get mad, get aggy with it. You're gonna make man snap, snap, snap. MC struggling cause they smoke too much weed when they chill with the bros. I don't wanna be like them, you mad. When you see me, it's like seeing a ghost. Speaking of ghosts, she dyed her hair blonde and thinks she's Marilyn Monroe. She wears too much makeup and it's gross. Plus she smokes, it's a joke. MC struggling on the low, telling us things that we already know. Driller, driller, driller gang. Driller, driller, make it bang. Drill it, bill it, flip it, light it. Whip it, whip it, whip it, wipe it. You don't trap, you chatting crap. I look back, I've overlapped. I don't have to trap and be an MC. You're not popping if you gotta do both. Yeah, I miss bagging up. But I make way too much money from shows. Get mad, get aggy with it. Get mad, get aggy with it. Get mad, get aggy with it. You're gonna make man snap in a minute if I get mad, get aggy with it. Get mad, get aggy with it. Get mad, get aggy with it. You're gonna make man snap. This one's a straight up wobbler. This one's aggy like Pogba. It's like a one bang cause when it comes out of the speakers it might rock you. This one's dangerous. This one's killing off haters. This one's wiping out any MC in a 500-mile radius. Roll your boat gently down the stream. And if you don't want holes in your boat, don't come anywhere near me. Oh no, you don't, not in your wildest dreams. I'll release the hounds on man in the night and listen to the barks and screams. Man know the season. Get mad, get aggy with it. Get mad, get aggy with it. Get mad, get aggy with it. You're gonna make man snap in a minute if I get mad, get aggy with it. Get mad, get aggy with it. Get mad, get aggy with it. You're gonna make man snap. Get mad, get aggy with it. Get mad, get aggy with it. Get mad, get aggy with it. Man know the season. Get mad, get aggy with it. Get mad, get aggy with it. Get mad, get aggy with it. You know, baby. Hey.
Yo, cleanup crew is back. How y'all doing? Justus, how you doing, man?
Blessed.
Good.
Life is good.
Good. It's been a while since I talked to you about really anything, man. So, hey, have you announced headliners or anything for the festival yet?
I mean, we can leak it on here.
Do a leak.
I like leaks.
Because I was talking earlier to Solute, and he's like, yo, who's headlining? And I'm like, dude, honestly, I don't even know. It's weird. It's weird, like, not knowing what's going on with the festival, because usually I follow it pretty closely. You know what I mean?
Well, what we realized is that last year we really focused on a long campaign. We announced like 2.5 months out, and we realized that, like, with people's attention span being so short because of social media, that you almost blow your load announcing that far out. Like, there's really it's not necessary. So we're waiting. The entire roster will probably drop either Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, depending on when we finalize it.
Dope.
And then after the roster, we're just dropping everybody at once, and then we're just gonna highlight the headliners.
Yeah.
Because let's run it. We got a gentleman by the name of Will Clay. Will Clay is an Olympic silver medalist track star.
Okay.
Literally.
Yeah.
We're gonna drop former President Barack Obama is gonna be formally announcing him. It's our first announcement of a headliner to highlight him.
Wait. So like when I see that,
we have an actual speech of Obama talking about Will Clay, and Will Clay is from Southside Phoenix. He's 26 years old. He's slated to compete in the 2020 Olympics in Korea. I believe it's in Korea or China. Where is it? I don't know. Somewhere in Asia.
I don't know.
Anyways, but the guy is, if he wasn't running track, he would be. Like, he's like if Drake had a baby with Kendrick.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the kid can snap, he's got bars, and he can sing. He's very musically talented. He's a Red Bull athlete and musician. His last album came out under Red Bull, and he has a single called Delilah that is just out of control.
Yeah. So he's very multi-talented.
Multi-talented. So he's one of our first headliners we'll be announcing. Then we have iRock and his son Markel.
Very dope.
They're going to be doing the father and son.
We're doing a little applause.
I'm stamping the fuck out of that. Markel is goddamn dope, and you already know iRock.
Markel is like you can tell his lineage is music.
Yeah.
Because the young man is just bananas. Like, the kids got bars.
Bruh, I was over at my man iRock's spot yesterday, and I had the opportunity to hear even more. And that what Justus talked about right there, that setup.
Yeah,
you need to be there. That's gonna be fucking dope.
And like the production on the father and son project.
I can't even imagine.
Which is actually the soundtrack to the movie The System.
Yes,
the movie is incredible.
I know both of you guys have seen like a sneak peek of it, right?
Oh yeah, we're helping promote it. Like when I saw it,
I've been like dying to see it.
Go to the RTU page. The trailer's live. It's a 4-minute trailer.
I've seen the trailer. I want to see the whole thing.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So we're going to be running trailers at the festival. We got an article on Markella and his father. His father's Triple OG out here. I mean, the album is incredible, and I've heard it. The album, if I was to compare it production-wise to anything, it would be like as if Organized Noise, the Outkast production team, had a baby with like Dr. Dre and live instrumentation. Like these files have like thousands of files, like wave files. Like it's just like layers and layers of just juicy, just incredible instrumentation. And iRoq and Kel will be making a special guest appearance and performance on the headlining block, which is just to me monumental because iRoq hasn't had a project since the festival's inception, but he's always, that's my OG. If I need advice in music, I go pull up on Big Homie and Soak Up Game, and that's just paying homage. Hey, where's this little dude? Okay, good. I just want to stay quarantined away from 28 days over there. But anyways, so there's two headliners right there. Very like if you're not familiar with Will Clay or you're not familiar with iRoq, is this plugged in?
Yeah, I don't know what those. I don't think those buttons are configured to do anything. So I think we're good.
Here, play with the phone. Watch the bunny. Go ahead, call your mom. So yeah, those are the first two headliners. Then we got a gentleman, a young man. He's fresh out the gate. We just broke his video a week ago. He's a young man from Southside Phoenix, but goes by the name of Sab Story.
Okay.
This gentleman is one of the most intelligent, articulate young men I've ever met. So he wrote The Treatment. He produced that song. He performed the song. He sings the chorus, raps the verses.
I saw that.
He recorded the song. He mixed it, and he mastered it. So this kid did everything to this record.
Yeah.
And now he is, he's got a great management team behind him. Shout out to Malik. Saying they're really riding with him. I appreciate them for blessing us with the opportunity to break that record because, he did 100,000 views in like 3 days.
Wow.
And right now it's about to break 150,000 views. The engagement is insane. People either love it or hate it, but no one is indifferent. And he's going to be making his Arizona performance debut as one of the headliners on the festival.
Man, that's so crazy.
We're proud of him. Then we have a dual project coming out by The Streets. The Streets got a record coming out with Judge the Boss and J Hood, formerly J Hood. Hood and I have been button heads, and he definitely dropped a diss record last year. But you know what? It's about Arizona.
Yeah, I know about that too.
And honestly, it was awesome promo for the festival. It shows people are passionate about the festival either way. You either love it or you hate it, but you're talking.
Yeah.
It's the most controversial event in Arizona all year long. We call it festival season, and it's a beautiful thing, man.
It feels like it comes up quicker and quicker
every year.
Single year.
Well, we work on it all year long, and then we have, the infamous Trap House, Tyke Patterson and Isaiah.
Yep.
The Black Family. So Trap is going to be debuting some live performances with Trap or with Isaiah. They're going to be, unorthodox. You're a bitch. I see that message. You can't make it.
No. He said I can't miss this.
Oh, there we go. Good.
So. Justus gotta eat.
Yeah, I'm out of here. Either hurry up, my stomach's hurting. You're gonna show up and wind up getting eaten. But RoQy, my kid is about to turn the computer on. Shout out to Banky for letting my kid run amok. Banky, I'll leave you a love note on your desk. There's a few of the headliners. Then we also have I don't want to throw nobody in, but it's just there's such a roster this year. It's incredible. We got all the cool kids from Tucson coming. Shout out to the Golden Artist Group. They're going to be running the Tucson block from 7 to 10 on the AZ Green Life stage. That's pretty incredible.
That's dope.
I'm excited about the cool kids from Tucson coming out because they really got a dope movement out there. And he's already gone. They got a dope movement out of there, and they're doing some really cool stuff.
That's dope.
I'm proud of what the Tucson scene, the moves they're making. Anthony, why not?
Yeah.
Tommy Will. DJ Rip D. Rip D is a beast out there.
What up, Rip D?
He's really cultivating the scene out there.
I see him all
and he's doing it for the right reasons, man.
Yeah. That's good to see. So is there an RTU chapter happening in Tucson right now?
We've had an active chapter for 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool. Because I know it was like Greedy Green or whatever.
Yeah. Greedy Green. We only did one event this year due to the fact of Greedy's absence. He moved to Colorado Springs.
Oh, okay.
And, we miss him. We love him. But, he's riding for us out there. He's repping for us out there. So that's cool. But it left an absence in Tucson. And, we can execute him without an actual Tucson rep. But the one event we did it as a test run. We just really, because we did the Boost Mobile Tour and we were in 12 cities, the only time we could really justify doing an event out there and testing the waters was with the tour. And we did it, and it was almost a sold-out show. We did 400 people at Congress for Tommy Will's album release party, which was awesome.
Man,
because he definitely deserved it. He worked his ass off on that album. The album is an incredible project. Yeah, got my little boy Justus 2.0 in the building, little Justito. What's up, Tito?
Producing the show right now.
Yeah, he's hitting these buttons. They light up. That's all he needs to know. We should make a beat pad for infants, and all it does is light up. Every time you hit a button, it turns a different color.
And says a letter.
Yeah.
It's like
letter
B.
A.
Yeah. B.
Yeah.
So this year, are you setting up? So last year you had it where all the
same setup as last year.
Same setup. That was
we
so
finally
perfect,
dialed
man.
it in. We are locking down the entire city block from 4th Avenue to 5th Avenue, Adams to Washington.
Yeah.
And we're stoked. It's a dope layout. We got 8 stages, ripping and roaring.
You need to get this kid an MPC, dude. For real.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Those buttons do stuff. You want to?
Let's hear what they do.
Hit this one right there. That one right there.
He won't hear it though.
No, he won't. He won't hear it unless.
Oh, he just muted it.
Well, okay, we're good. There we go.
Hey.
The only buttons that really do stuff are these ones. These 4.
This is Radio Shootout.
Yeah. Keep hitting them.
This is Radio Shootout.
Man, cultivating the youngins right now.
Oh, dude. Give me time, and we're going to have a creative incubator in every community center in the state.
Man, one thing that I've noticed, actually, and I'm sure you see a lot of this, is there's a younger generation that's coming out right now that are 17, 18, 19 years old that have been rapping for 10 years. These kids, they started rapping when they were 10 years old, 11 years old, and they're killing it right now.
100%.
Yeah, you got a lot of those on the fest? You work with them?
You know what? Working with kids is a gift and a curse.
That was the most ironically positioned phrase ever.
Yeah, working with
kids.
Yeah, well played. Come here. Working with kids is a gift and a curse, man, because we love working with kids. And we usually comp a couple slots on our all ages show for an underage act. Last year at the festival, we had an 11-year-old girl. She was super dope. Her name was Eris, the hip hop. Harris, the hip hop Eris, I believe her name was.
Oh, okay.
Her father is a dope MC from back in the day, and she wanted to be a rapper, so he let her. What? What do you want? We're talking. You're live on air.
Live on air.
So, working with kids is awesome. We typically do, Saturday we had a young man by the name of Prophet.
Yeah.
17 years old, Southside Phoenix. Came into the office. He said that a lot of his friends are getting into trouble. They're dead. They're in jail. And he uses music as an outlet to stay out of trouble. So I was like, bruh, here's a stack of tickets. Pull up. Let's have a good time. He went on at 7 o'clock after the Arizona Hip Hop Festival powwow. He performed in front of 200 people, and the crowd was rocking with him.
That's dope.
Little homie's got bars. He loves authentic hip hop.
Yeah,
you can tell he's grown up on the true school, the Wu-Tang, the KRS, the Guru, and you could see it in him.
Yeah, I see that a lot in the younger people. They're kind of going back to the roots of hip-hop.
Everything comes full circle.
Yeah.
Everything comes full circle. It's a beautiful thing. And it was only a matter of time before substance and instrumentation and all of it came. You can only rap about lean and pills for so long until you're a fucking loser.
Yeah, exactly.
Word to Russ, dope t-shirt.
Yeah. So and it's cool because kids in that position, I remember when it was the Odd Squad family, you know what I mean? When you were putting them on when they were 17, 18 years old. And now That was the dad clap. That was the dad clap.
Oh, Odd Squad has got an album dropping this week, I believe.
Yeah, and
I think it drops on the 7th. You know, they've got like 150,000 likes on Facebook.
Yeah.
Nubs, every time he posts a video doing anything, you know, that normal people do it with their hands.
Yeah.
This kid does it like with no hands
And
and
it
makes
goes
it look
viral.
easy, and it gets 8 million hits.
It's crazy.
You know, so the kid's a viral sensation, and I'm just super proud of Odd Squad watching how far they came because, yes, I respect the Underground Game, their first show.
Absolutely. I remember, I think it wasn't even Respect the Underground yet, and
Underground Railroad.
Yeah, they came rolling in.
You did their photo shoot for their mixtape that we pressed and put out.
Yeah.
And now look at them. You know, and that's what that, honestly, RTU evolved into artist development, period.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if you're tenured and you're just refining your craft or you're brand new and you're just getting your feet wet. That is really what RTU has become.
Yeah, aside from, I know Odd Squad, I don't think they're on like your label.
No. No,
you have like
they never
the
were.
Angel Babies?
We've only got a couple acts on the label. We've got 3 acts. We've got Terrorist Angel Babies from Neptune. You know, they recently just all contracted HIV for having sex with the same dog. I mean, it's just they do weird shit like that. It's cool. Then we've got Tommy Will. You know, Tommy Will is super dope. He just dropped his album this year. He dropped the Napoleon Project, and he's actually following up. He's dropping the EP here in like a week.
Very dope.
Called Local Rapper, where he just pours his heart out. The Local Rapper song is incredible. He just puts it on Front Street like what it really is to be a local starving artist. And he's genuine with it. You can hear it. He let his pen bleed on that one. And then, you know, we have the infamous Felix Don Gato, a.k.a. Bag of Tricks Cat. But it's dope because both of the first 2 albums that we released as a label charted #1 on Indie Billboard. We did a respectable amount of numbers. And we're just proud of them. You know, we got a good team, but being a label isn't our first priority. You know, we're a label out of necessity. I wish we had a budget and more time to dedicate to the artists on the label, but we don't. So, you know.
He's over there. He's in the box. There's a lot of cool stuff in that
go ahead,
box.
have at it. You want some coffee?
There's a machine gun hanging out of there. You can actually see it's not a real machine gun. It's a broken airsoft gun.
Yeah. I mean, he's more than welcome. Yeah, he plays with things he shouldn't play with in my house. So, man, you want a microphone? Go ahead.
Man. So yeah, dope. Well, I mean, I'm not sure how long that you can hang out and everything. You got a couple more minutes, or you gotta get up?
Let's do it.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna play a couple more songs, and we'll come back. And
May I please hear an unorthodox track?
Yeah, let me find one.
I'd like to make a request, DJ.
I got you. I got you. It's gonna take me a second here to. Here we go. We'll do this one right here. This is Unorthodox and Godly. This dude Godly, he brought Godly out a couple weeks ago, and this dude is Godly. He's from Atlanta, and he is his SoundCloud just blows up, and he is incredibly dope. He works with, I don't know if you ever heard of Atlas. He's like he does like lo-fi hip hop. This kid Atlas, who he posts a video and it's got 1 million views in like a week. You know what I mean? So, I'll play you this song.
And that was an unorthodox show. He booked it, brought him out himself.
Yep.
Yep. That's what's up.
Yep. Props to Unorthodox. All right, we will be right back. This is Unorthodox and Godly on Godzilla.
Laying waste to a small villa, fucking it up to some raw dilla. The new evolved killer moves in mute, handling disputes of the thoughts he could never leave alone. Melodies and tone are the very thing that never keep me calm. My motive is make everything a song with massive quotes. I give everything I have to post. If I could package it, the bag would float. Now I'm at your throat with bad intentions, average as existence. A murderer that's glad to have a witness. Recipe for tragedy, just the aftermath of me racking up points and accidental casualties. Don't ever clash with me, don't ever brag to me. The skill you have to be to laugh at me, well, just to laugh at me is blasphemy. Broke poets that never needed money to spit. When they ask who's rapping on the speaker, don't forget. Godzilla, nobody can keep me from the throne. Godzilla, more respect is needed in your tone. Godzilla, run, cause if you see me and you don't, you can only live for so long, so long. Godzilla, nobody can keep me from the throne. Godzilla, more respect is needed in your tone. Godzilla, run, cause if you see me in your dome, you can only live for so long, so long.
Dog, I've been riding with Godzilla. Dark Zillas monoxide, the cops is cockeyed. But God willing, the blocks will ride and stocks will rise. Rockin' so we fossilize, philosophize on blocks where lots of guys died. Dog, we're talking lies, off and off at times. Read between the lines, we ain't seen a 9 to 5. Keep the dream alive, feeling sleep deprived. Reaping what I'm sowing, reefer blowing in the wind. I don't even need the dough, just wanna know I'm going in. Ain't another in the dojo that is colder with the pen. They don't see me, they just smell the dojo odor from the bends. Bagging tens, had them bends all up in my Ralph Lauren's. Ride classic men's fashion, not the passing fads and trends. Won't appreciate what you have until what you haven't ends. And these haters stay sleeping on you until you haven't ends. How much is talent worth? Yo, I don't know, think that depends. After time it comes down to do you want it bad as them? But there ain't another on his level with a pad and pen. Or there may be one exception, but he's not a mortal man, he's Godzilla.
Nobody can keep me from the throne. Godzilla, more respect is needed in your tone. Godzilla, run, cause if you see me in your dome, you can only live for so long, so long. Godzilla, nobody can keep me from the throne. Godzilla, more respect is needed in your tone. Godzilla, run, cause if you see me in your dome, you can only live for so long, so long.
Tryna get my groove back like Tupac and New Jack. I mean juice, dog, I'm too off. Get too often, blew off, get shoes off to second hand. But that's off the record, fam. Let's record checks the hecklers, or checks that's on the regular. My beans are molecular, thank God I was raised secular. The penmanship spectacular, just look at the vernacular. I like when grenades bite and suck up on my neck like Dracula. But you best be protecting yours, I'll be there once the check endorse. Catching wreck with legends, dog, no measuring the resume. I'm waiting on my college ad, but still be slinging anyway. A stingray in these waters, I sing and play to your daughters. I bring these ladies tiaras, then 380s tomorrow. Not wanting no baby mama, cause I'm a baby in my eyes. I'm 19, but I still feel 14. My look how time flies, cause I'm still slinging dimes, dog. But this week took a week off. I've been too depressed to touch the pad and had nothing to speak of. Hit cats off with a leak off, but that is some unreduced shit. This still ain't been mixed yet, but the rhyme style's still hella decent. I'm likely a Neeson, a Qui-Gon, and don't let bygones be bygones. I'm like a Tygon from Saigon, cats like my God. Since bipedal creature, even actually human, doesn't even sleep or he just keeps running off marijuana fumes and Tomb Raider, cliffhanger, split
Radio Super.
That then came about the Southwest. Never outdressed, never about stress. I'm about outlets like outputs and outfits.
Radio Super.
Down with the misfit sound, spit rounds as he slid through your districts and towns. Hellbound, hell
Radio Super. Radio
with the heavy catalog.
Radio
Catalog, strictly whole milk, no spill. Have the whole game leaning on tilt. So sick, so smooth, so fresh, so clean, so mean. Joe Green, living in the smoke screen, steering clear with dope fiends. As hard as that may be, had homies checking in the rehab since we was babies. We could throw back to the 80s, but my people are millennial. Some mid-90s babies ain't a fifth of a centennial. Penny for your thoughts and a dime bag for your trouble. I told you my microphone weighs a ton, call me Bam Bam Rubble.
So sensitive, I'll be the first to take offense. But knowing that, I'll be the first to make amends. No longer carry weight on my chest. I speak my mind, but attentive to me saving my breath. Don't align with what they told me or the shit that they said. I decide that on my own when in the visual steps. Nigga, you gotta dream it, then the visuals next. Executed in the physical, and yep, you said I was on my way to a criminal lifestyle. Caught my first case, nigga, look at my life now. I say accomplishing and setting new goals. I still don't tumbleweave, but my head on the road. Pulling strings towards the next chapter, Jimmy the Page. Now you plant-based, but we ain't Led Zeppelin, bro. We all get been pimp, but you a corporate hoe. The pimp game is selling souls instead of selling your own. Yeah. And I ain't in the money, especially regular dough. So what the fuck I got time to be regular for?
I'm out there on the go. I'm still moving. Paying bills on the road. The bills keep coming so in. Don't say I'm superficial when I tell you that I'm trying to get that dough. Let's go get this money, yeah. I'm trapping on my phone. Putting cookies in the cone. We got the flavors. Just put a down payment on the house. Boy, I'm trying to get my mom's into that home. I got you, mama. So don't call me superficial. Don't call me superficial. Just cause I'm official. Way too official. Pick some food up on the menu. Go ahead. Don't worry about the bill, it's not an issue. I got it. Superficial. You ain't seen the shit I went through. You don't even know. So all that talk is out the window. It's way out the window. All cash, no payments in the rental. This a hopper instrumental. Go ahead, set the tempo hop. Going to the booth, smoke a blunt, make a song. Man, my life is that simple. It's that easy. So don't call me superficial. 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 I ain't even trying to hear all that shit right now, man. You niggas shut the fuck up. Don't blame me for dreaming and not struggling. Up again, hustling just to get it bubbling. The cops will lock your haters, try to pop your bubble. I stay grounded like a shovel, but my mind is in a shuttle. Try to figure out a way out. I wanna be at the beach with a beach towel, where the bitches lay out. Woo! Being broke is played out. Me and my niggas on some new shit, like taking our family on vacations on cruise ships. And groupies aiming for my pocket like a pool stick. Baby got cakes and like me on top like Cool Whip. Just cop the rollie, feeling like a young Kobe out in LA. As around the way they gon' know me. It's been a long time in the making, now I'm popping like bacon. Get my feet up on the pavement and I turned it into payments. And ain't no changing now, the same since I came around. So let me know if you down. So don't call me superficial. Don't call me superficial. Don't call me superficial. I'm too official. Don't call me superficial. They acting like if they can't have it, I can't have it, man. Don't call me superficial. Shit crazy. Work hard every day and get it too. This that summertime shit. Broken Complex Studios. And we still moving. Keep that negative shit way over there. We don't even want it nowhere close to us. Actually, you see that corner back there? Past that. I don't even want to see it. Nigga mad cause he don't got something, man. You better go out and work twice as hard, nigga. You acting way crazy right now. I don't even understand your thinking. You gotta get your whole head right, then get your bread right. Yeah.
Dedicate this fight to him. I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal, efficient, most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one to stop me. Lynch is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
For my brothers that gotta constantly live in duality, survival in America, split personalities to split personality, gifted and black and held back as a casualty. It's a war going on outside. Was too young for peace lyrics, but the beats bang like heat rang. And keep your chin up high, let your meat hang. I give you this power for every coward with a voice. Kidnap the culture and claim it as ours and leave you no choice. I am Liam Neeson, skilled assassin, need a key to reach him. Countless women never seen him decent. Ran through whole crews of chicks that still love us. Never spoke about them trips, never lied on our dicks. You be making them uncomfortable and we never cuff them. Mostly grade A, but never will I turn on my brother. This an oath that most don't follow. Empty souls putting guns on IG, man, your post so hollow. No holograms that we smoke and swear keep me alive. As the ash rises, precipitates to the sky. I hope my ancestors proud like wherever you are. I walk through the valley now, I'm embedded with scars. Forever indebted from an era where you pick up a mic. And if you said it, you meant it. Reality I'm living in, seeing through a different lens. Make a nigga jealous when you pull up in a cigar bench. But tell me, do it matter when your people is hurting? And all this stolen land, eventually evil will surface. Truth come to light and stand praying, but still knee deep in your purpose. My friends started families, and what I show for the sacrifice. Lost people on the way, but never losing my appetite. You know what to be for. Rap cause I stay hungry. Grew in this monopoly, but never had no play money. No telling where I'd be if grandma ain't never prayed for me. Life taught me nobody's laying in that grave for me. Walk solo, turn the hazards, leave the motor running. Put in work, you owe yourself, nobody owe you nothing. Walk solo, turn the hazards, leave the motor running. Put in work, you owe yourself, nobody owe you nothing. I know I took a little long, I was stuck up in my zone, trying to find a way to grow. If you ain't come from where I came from, then I highly doubt that you would know. Delayed flights. Delayed flights. Delayed. I took a little long, I was stuck up in my zone, trying to find a way to grow. If you ain't come from where I came from, then I highly doubt that you would know. Delayed flights. Delayed flights.
This is Radio
Yo, I'm tired of your lies when you talk my eyes lower. You can rush me with a team of beasts. Next week you be hearing about the animals aboard like Noah. When I cut up a grass without a mower, you ain't going in or going out cause you ain't much of a goer. Punchlines like a punchlines and punch guys like I do both, but you ain't much of a flower. Man's got a crowd bouncing off the bar screaming at your boa. Thought you were gone, thought you were sort. Name a place, let's see if you show up. After I catch you I'm gonna be in stitches, but it's you with the wounds A&E will have to sew up. Your wounds will be like your wifey's long crush. You'll see and then you'll dash, she'll hoe up. In fact she'll move on with the next brother at your funeral speech, since you won't even go up. Levels anytime blood it can go up. How can you grow weed and not grow up? You're still Twitter beefing, grow up. Yo, one of them wanna be Al-Qaeda MCs that terrorize mentions so they blow up. You can thank me for raising your views on YouTube, cause before this you couldn't get your dough up. How do you think this is your power when you don't talk about me? Your retweets and all your likes slow up. But that ain't gonna happen to me, cause I ain't never had a bad release. I drop bangers and man repeat, you drop clangers and man retreat. I got a song of yours, man retreat. I can't lie, you sound backwards B. Took it the background's dead and now you have to kill it. And plus evolution, but then he came back with rap my G. Explain that one my G. This is why I gotta smack up guys, hospitalize and pack up guys. I'm not Will, but I am the GPs. Never had black up eyes, even on a holy field I will clap up mics. Every bar I have up minds. I got a young G with diamonds in his chain, looking real icy B. One phone call to him and it will turn up with backup nines. Right off and smash up signs. You ain't real and you ain't mashing P. You're broke, you ain't mashing P. I got a mashing P's that will turn a man to mushy peas. I wanna hunt, it's not catch and release. When the whip goes by and the gun blows, your dog will be eyes closed, mouth open, looking like man trying to catch a breeze. I ain't planning on bodying your siblings. Do it off of these next shots, might catch your niece. In jail, real man know me. In jail, you were not cozy on your first night. You covered your pillow in tears and bogey, cause your cellmate was taking a man for a Mick Foley. Keep on saying you can hold these shots like I won't go into manager mode and pitch goalies. You're worrying about who told me. One shot split you like Blitz and Toby. G-coded, these brothers can't decode me. Top producer, are you sure? When I ran up in the studio and gave you them beats, you was like, raw, man, decode me. I don't even want no trophy the same way you don't want smoke G. Vegan, but I still beef, man, I'm a local groceries. I grind daily when I post G. When I get your location, I bet you ghost G. Or you be gasping for air when I run up in the yard on my G's. Storm seeing this gang signs and prayers. I don't know anybody that don't find them weird. No dogs when saying nothing until mine appeared. Gang life, don't think mine is scared. Man, I over prepared than a Batmobile with beard. Different buttons on the side of the chair. You could dial, get more than your vision impaired. Oh, you wanna play games over there? Cool, great. Till I load up one of my runners with a lot of solid metal for a snake while I overwatch man's fate. What can I say? The streets are rage. My G's all catch man slipping after they pre your page. If my team starve, then I starve. If I eat, they eat. Muslim friends will be like raw, receive the game. They like P, you squash him. What'd you expect when you put me up against soft cotton? Honestly, you lot must have forgotten. I've been involved in the biggest clashes over the last 10 years, and look, I'm still on them. Took you like you're Dwayne Johnson, but you're forced to make this move when you hit rock bottom. Smack a man up and I'll slew, I'm a problem. a black ski mask, but I don't ski, but I snowboard, dash an MC off peak. If one of you try violate me, you get a punch in the face with my front door key. Punch in the neck with my back door key. Box in the mouth with my X6 key. Box in the eye with a fob I used to log into my HSBC. Talk about banks, kill him with peas. Run up in your gal's house with 2 of my G's. Get the money out, put the money in his mouth, then suffocate man with about 2 G's. Suffocate man with about 4 G's. Suffocate man, then I might just breathe. I'll bury man 2 foot shallow. Ain't got time to dig 6 feet deep. These MCs and rappers wanna chat about their syllables and their multis and their similes and all that shit. Then I come through with my ABC. Girls and man are like Jamie's deep. Better pictures when they see me on street. Old school rude boy like Crazy T. All you man don't want it with me. I'm a bad rude boy MC. Say my name, J-M-E. Nostradamus couldn't see me. Expelliarmus couldn't stop me. How could a man with a uni degree be busting up mic and chatting his grief? Cause the music originated and will always remain in the streets.
What about? Man don't care about all that. It's blotting out. Man don't care about all that. Who's not allowed? Man don't care about all that. Knock him out. Man don't care about all that.
What about? Man don't care about all that. Just drop him out. Man don't care about all that. I just crop him out. Man don't care about all that. He's forgotten about. Cause man don't care about all that. Cause I'm the most immediate. He's just an old school idiot. We do with local things, but we be them local geezers. Just look at my list of friends and he holds them up with tweezers. Yeah, man used to move that white, yeah, we be them old school dealers. She's lighting up some senses, he's lighting up amnesias. I'm about to get it started, I'm about to get amnesia. Man might have to move up film, I might have to touch Louise's. Cause at the top it's just us here, man, I had to quote Louise's. Like Batman, dun it hardest. Just let me confirm it, loafers. Just have to be Hermers, burners. When bapping hit burners, furnace. I'm back at big burners, that's my spot, I'm back with that permit. Pull that pistol back and then burn it. Friday shit, I'm back and big worm it. Excuse me, what pardon? I had to just ask him. I am man, the man could just stalk him. Man's like, ooh, I'm back with that margin. Adam and Eve, I'm back in that garden. With the blood clot, I'm back to Dungargan. Started off light, I think, and then darken. Holloman G and me, and I'm talking. Killing with D, killing MC. Digestives, cinnamon tea. Ain't no feeling his shoes, cause they sit on his feet. Man's down south hustling, with no gold grill in his teeth.
What about? Man don't care about all that. It's blotting out. Man don't care about all that. Who's not allowed? Man don't care about all that. Knock him out. Man don't care about all that.
What about? Man don't care about all that. Just drop him out. Man don't care about all that. I just crop him out. Man don't care about all that. He's forgotten about. Cause man don't care about all that.
And for the next segment, we join an average American household on an average evening.
Wholesome food, the clanking of forks and spoons, family dinner table, the ambience, local news. Candidly educated because anchors expose the truth. Tragically, this is changing the decade or so removed. Nothing but contemporary reporters who negated significant information to your confusion. Overly opinionated anchors withhold the truth. The statements equivocated but slaves to their point of view. The stations divert you from pertinent issues purposely laden with entertaining related articles. Personally certain nothing's an accident from their scare tactics. Interchangeable anchors with homogenized accents. All props do. MSNBC and then demographics of Democrats and biggest watch Fox News. Why is life so black and white, left or right? Politicians use the same messages in different lights. Same religions, different Christ. Subtle racism is commonplace even before 9/11. People of Islamic faith are treated like the evil in the mind the place. What? Shame of Mexican illegals in the copper state. This TV teach your mind to hate. All these correspondents, all just proper talking actors preaching beneficiary propaganda. Cannot blindly follow what they selling on the teleprompter. The fat lady screams a devil's opera. I'm watching. The idiot box, the idiot box. Really something to substance yet we consistently watch. It is a northern star of ignorance and living rooms dark, but you'll feel cut off from the whole world the minute it's off. This is the idiot box. I'm watching the idiot box. Filling my head with irrelevance at whatever o'clock. A detrimental intelligence if dependent on life. The day it eats away. Either way disconnected I watch. The History Channel with a grain of salt. Egyptians depicted as light-skinned until they explain their cults. Suddenly it's Chocolate City. Cue the army this music and smoky, dimly lit rooms built for ritual uses. Suddenly teaching lighter is righter and blacker is badder. Not many Hitler shows you have on this channel. For real. Stop romantic romanticizing Nazism. Your version of American history is non-consistent. Listen, Jefferson ain't built America, his slaves did. You gave plague-filled blankets to the natives. During both world wars, we would trade with the enemy a pretty penny for our bankers. They don't talk about ancestral royal families, which are still around, like Her Majesty's royal crown. More fact, less fiction, less mission, your topics, and spare me the Washington cherry tree nonsense. Everything's a lie. What would the future say of leaders who conveniently died of wet oil in a region that they'd keep to the side for their own people who need freedom, so we'd secretly spy? It's a shame how we campaign. We went from playing Call of Duty to a tour one and dodging bullets like Max Payne. It's not a damn game. History Channel Holocaust isn't Anne Frank. It's dying of typhoid because you can't bathe. Rats and fleas and termite camps, still not as bad. We did similar acts to the Japanese. Makeshift cots where they had to sleep. Sticky rice and apricots, what is that to eat? Attempt to sweep the part of history under the rug, like the truth about Reagan's or the war on drugs. And the most probable reason they robbed Kennedy of life, cause he had some integrity and shed a little bit of light. Get it right. The idiot box, rarely something of substance, yet we consistently watch. It is the northern star of ignorance and living rooms dark, but you'll feel cut off from the whole world the minute it's off. This is the idiot box, watching the idiot box. Filling my head with irrelevance that would ever o'clock. A detriment to intelligence if dependent a lot. The data eats away, either way disconnected or not. This is the idiot box, 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 the idiot box. Filling my head with irrelevance at whatever o'clock. This is the idiot box, the idiot box, the idiot box, idiot box, idiot box, idiot box. Data eats away, either way disconnected or not.
This is not a test. Do not touch your dial. This has been your emergency broadcast system. You can now return to thinking independently.
Yes. Holy moly, we are moving and shaking in the building.
Yeah, I
right
talked
now.
a lot, man. So that was my joint. What is the name of that? Idiot Box.
Idiot Box.
Yeah, man. So that's off the Dichotomy Project. Still doing really well. Shout out to all the college radio situations that are still pushing that project. And another special shout out to, since we played Crown Me earlier, to everybody who's been checking that out thus far. We're building the momentum. I was pressing the buttons earlier.
The bomb one is right there.
Where was this? Yo, heavy. I gotta do my Funk Flex impersonation. Like, what was it? Like,
accurate.
Yeah.
Accurate.
So, speaking of like Funk Flex, y'all see that Lux rap, the Lux bar thing? Anybody here saw that?
No, I did not.
Yo, so Loaded Lux went on High 97, and he saw that. You know, you did an incredible job when there are no bombs and there's no or like Funk Flex was just
silenced.
Yeah, he was just letting him spit, no interruptions. Never. He would just do it. In fact, there's a meme where he's like, y'all can't see me, but man, yeah. So he had like his head tucked in, and his eyes popped out like this because
like
it was
visual
incredible
representation of that.
Yeah, basically.
I just saw a silent Hot 97 freestyle the other day with it was Conway and Benny were up there, and that was the same thing. I saw the same thing in the comments. Guys were like, no bombs, no nothing, bars. I guess that's the true pass. You don't even get stink faces. You don't get nothing from no sound effects from Flex. Just silence is the ultimate ovation.
That's dope.
Yeah, man. So once again, shout out to everybody who's checking out that Crown Me video. You can go ahead and check that on your Vivos, on your YouTubes, and a lot of these hip hop blog posting tings that are picking it up too. You can steal it. I don't care. Just redirect them.
Yeah. Man, I've shared that thing like 20 times.
Thank
like,
you.
Literally.
Thank you. We're just getting started too. It's about to like really steamroll. Monday to Fridayers. I'm not using profanity because Justus Part 2 is over here, and that was a reference to the censored version of Snakes on a Plane.
There you go.
You know, and he was it actually exists. So he goes, instead of I'm sick of the MF plane, snakes on the MF plane, he goes, I am sick of these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane. And
my God.
I swear to God, I showed that to like 7 people today. It was hilarious. But yeah,
man, they need to edit movies like that. Like they used to do. There would be so much creativity in like how to edit the cuss words. You know what I'm saying? Like monkey flippers.
They just need to let the wrong people people do it. They need to let the wrong people do that, and because like the voices were completely off. So it's like I'm getting tired of this stuff. And it's like
okay, Justus. All right.
Oh, this is gonna get interesting.
So let's
get this interview started. Yeah. Unorthodox has some questions for Justus.
Unorthodox is in the building now. So, Nick, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, no, I mean, we talked about earlier. We talked about the festival. We talked about some other stuff, and we were just kind of shooting the breeze. And I know that you wanted to ask Justus a few things, so I'm glad you're here. I don't know if we've officially announced it or Unorthodox made it in.
Yeah, I've made it.
His girl was in the emergency room with a peanut allergy, so hopefully she's doing better now.
Yeah, she's well accounted for. I wouldn't leave her in any dying state or anything like that. She is in the company of friends and family. I'll be heading back there right after this, but thought I had to come through. You know what I mean, for the cleanup crew. You know what I mean. I feel it's my obligation.
Yeah.
But so it's cool. This is my first time, or actually just met RoQy 2 days ago briefly at Crates, but it's cool to meet Justus and RoQy here for like the first time. You know what I mean? We've like gone back and forth online and stuff like that.
Yeah, that we have. Yeah,
that we have. People know that. But so I guess the plan to be here earlier. But I guess one of the first things I was going to ask is I guess I misspoke on a Instagram post where I used the. You're not going to talk about your business model at all?
No.
Okay, so what would you like to talk about?
Unless you're willing to sign a non-disclosure, and we can talk about it privately, because I spent 17 years developing it, and I'm not going to let these idiots out here aware of how I get down, because my business model is perfect. Everyone makes money, and all my shows are packed. We did 600 people on Saturday at Death Grotto, and everybody got paid. So, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I saw pictures of that. That show looked really, really dope, actually.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And like, to discuss my business model is to be like, hey, Martha Stewart, how do you make that recipe? It's proprietary to the company. And if you'd like to come in and sit down and talk about franchising, I'm always open to that. But other than that, you can show up and play a show and you figure it out. It's not brain surgery, but I'm not going to put it out there on public radio.
Sure. So if anyone's listening, if they wanted information on how they would get on a TUF show or TUF roster or anything like that, they'd have to.
You know that.
What was that? What did I say?
TUF.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's a different organization. I'm sorry. I was mixing up my acronyms. Yeah, exactly. RTU. If they wanted to get on Respect the Underground show, they would come speak to you privately. There's no public information on that sort of thing.
All you gotta do is register at respecttheunderground.com, ArizonaHipHopFestival.com. You're more than welcome to call the number 602-657-7622. You can speak with my assistant Audrey Rome. She handles all of our booking and screening. So you just gotta submit your content. We'll review it, and someone will get back to you in due time.
And so it basically comes down to like just how you guys feel about the music and stuff. Like if you get something dope, then that's usually
it's secondary. I deal with it based on quality of character. It's how you come at me.
Oh yeah.
It's how you come at the company. If you come at me on some entitled, delusional bullshit, like we owe you something, God bless you. I wish you the best.
Yeah, totally.
So I base my rosters on quality of character and who rocks with me. And the music is secondary. Straight up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how good the music is. If you're a jerk and you're hard to work with, then I'm cool.
Cool. So if somebody, let's say there was a situation that somebody was like a very cool, cooperative dude, good guy to do business with, even has a little bit of a following, but the music doesn't speak to you necessarily. Is it you really put the emphasis on the first two things you were talking about, like how heavy of a role does the music play?
Is music. The music you make is like the woman you sleep with. Does it matter to anyone else but you? Keep it real.
Well,
your wife.
Elaborate a little more.
Does your wife matter to anybody but you?
in a broad sense. I mean, she matters to her family. She matters
No.
It's
Who
a
do
very
you
broad
wake
question.
up to every morning?
Yeah, to my girl, exactly.
Okay, and that's all that matters. If the music you make is authentic and pure and it comes from your place in your heart where you created that, development is key. I take anybody in. Anybody in this room to be developed.
I see.
I give you your first show and we can develop you over time. Development is about resources. If you don't have the resources to grow your brand and develop your product, well then you're going to suck. Because you don't have the ability to reach. If I don't know where to get a dope video shot or I don't know where to purchase a dope beat and all I'm doing is downloading beats off of YouTube, well then you're going to be a YouTube SoundCloud rapper the rest of your life. But if you come to us and I show you this plethora of resources and you can use them, you're going to develop a sound over time. It takes time, man. You got to get your feet wet. You got to hit a stage. When you're brand new in the game, I say play as many shows as you can, as many venues as you can, and perform as often as you can. Because practice makes perfect. You got to play to get dope and get your bars up and get your breath control and figure out that, oh my God, I can't be out of shape to play this show or else I run out of breath and then I got to rap over my vocals like a jerk. That's whack.
Yes.
But I'll allow that for the development phase.
Exactly.
It takes time.
So yeah, that's interesting because a lot of the way things are going now is people are looking for the sort of people that are finished package, so to speak, or somebody who are already established. Because then that's not really, they don't have to put any work into development or anything like that. But you focus more on the development end of things.
It's all about development.
I feel you.
And I don't care whether you're a 10-year vet polishing your brand or you're brand new to the game just getting your feet wet. There's a place for you at RTE. There are resources that you can utilize to help develop and grow your brand.
Yeah, like a short list of people that I've seen that have really thrived from RTE. We talked about Odd Squad earlier. We talked like J-Rob the Chief. I mean, that Trap House. There's a lot of people that really got a lot of lift from developing with RTU. Oh, he's got the
sorry guys, I was gonna mess up.
Yeah. So basically, that's that awkward silence. So I thought I'd jump in. So cool. We're officially here, and yeah, there's a lot of individuals who find you quite controversial, unorthodox, for specific comments that you may have made in the past in regards to specifically immigration or illegal aliens and things of that nature. So I ask you, what is your take? This is a very general question. What is your take on what is your take on privilege in hip-hop and privilege in general?
Yeah, you were in line about that being a broad question. Privilege in hip-hop, or are you talking like racial privilege, like white privilege?
Yes,
or?
absolutely.
My take on it.
In general, you can go from an in general standpoint, so we don't have to file it down to hip-hop, so to speak. How about just in general?
What do I think of it in general?
Yeah, so the reason why I'm asking is because you had made specific comments in regards to illegal aliens and things of that nature, and you had stated that, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm paraphrasing here, that it's not that big of a deal because your family is an illegal, your family immigrated here from England or something like that, and you have the right to speak on this sort of topic, and I think that ruffled a couple feathers in the POC community. So I was just curious about your stance on that, because as somebody who represents the culture, you hold a lot of responsibility, and just want to make sure that your perspective is clean cut, because
Sure. So okay, I like when things are a little bit more specific, because then I can kind of know what we're talking about. Yeah, so I think I kind of remember the post you were talking about, and what I was saying really wasn't even anything political. It was really, whatever you say, semantical, or it came down to words, because I believe the discussion was somebody posted a status saying, how come when people come here from Mexico, we call them aliens? It makes them seem as if they're less than people. And I was pointing out the word alien means foreign. It doesn't mean you're not a human. It isn't a dehumanizing word. And when my father, he came here from England, he is an alien. People would call him an alien.
But you know the context it's used in. But you know the context it's used in. So,
but what does that mean? The connotation it's given, or the context it's used in? Because my father at one point was a illegal alien. I mean, not for decades, but I mean, What do you mean the context in which it's used?
The way in which it's spun in order to classify a specific demographic. So I felt like it was almost insensitive or almost an oversight in regards to the conversation in general. So that brought up my curiosity in terms of what is your stance on white privilege and its influence in entertainment?
Well, personally to me, I mean, you're probably much more experienced in the entertainment industry or gamers, whatever you would want to call it as a whole. I've been creating for a long time, but in terms of really being out in the scene, doing shows and stuff like that, it's really only been since I came here about a year ago that I've really been starting to get heavily involved in the scene.
Where you from?
I'm from here originally. Done a bit of traveling, but yeah, born and raised here. What was that?
Where did you go to school?
Different places, Phoenix, Scottsdale, Mesa, Tempe. That's why I generally tend to rep like the whole valley, because I didn't really grow up in like, I kind of bounced around every few years, you know what I mean? But I mean, so I can't speak on other people's experiences. So far I haven't experienced any people really showing me preferential treatment. I've noticed. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen. I just haven't personally experienced it, and I don't.
Exist in hip-hop?
To a certain, I mean, in different ways.
I think it exists in society in general, so yeah, it permeates to different aspects. So yeah, in a sense, yeah, it does.
You know what? So
white privilege exists in society, but to say that it exists in a culture that
not literally hip. I mean, in terms of a business standpoint, yeah, it does because of corporate America and just America in general. I'm not saying it.
So you're saying that I mean, it's almost like, look at how white people are a minority in hip hop.
Yeah, but check this out though. So there was this post a few weeks ago where someone said that Arizona hip hop is run by middle-aged white dudes, and I was so offended. I was like, that's not true. Yeah, it's kind of true. But then you think about it, and maybe that is because of a form of privilege. Because I've known personal venues that I've reached out to where they're like, yeah, you can do a show here, where prior to that they did not book any hip hop like at all. And I know there's one that you're very familiar with where the owner even had problems with having people of color. You know what I'm saying? Not to name any names or anything.
We're never going to mention that.
Yeah.
I mean, the bottom line is that when it comes to white privilege, I think it is all my white brothers and sisters' responsibility to acknowledge the existence of it and rectify it. Because it's never going to go anywhere if we don't accept the fact that it does exist in society. To say that it exists in hip-hop, the culture side of things, I disagree. The business side of things, very much so. Because I've been able to move mountains with Arizona hip-hop to where, like, my OGs, MC Magic, iRock, RoQy, AZ Mike Mill, like, they moved mountains, but they moved them in ways, within their own community.
Yeah.
To where, like, Magic ruled the radio for 15 years. iRock, is the godfather as far as I'm concerned. Bow down, and he's greatest. Like, that dude just did things that no one had ever done in Arizona. I mean, he's Southside Triple OG Broadway gangster. So, it's such a like a volatile subject. I mean,
but it's something we need to talk about. So yeah, in terms of the culture of hip hop, no, of course it cannot, because it's deeply rooted in the community, and there's obvious.
I mean, you got to panel that with a bunch of people.
But when it comes to the business standpoint, yeah, of course it is. That's exactly what I'm talking about, and that's exactly what Nick was talking about. So I wanted to get an orthodox opinion on that, given that you yourself are a white rapper, and I wanted to make sure that you are a cultured individual. I do respect your pen, your ear, your grind. I want to make sure that if you're, thank you, and if you're going to properly represent the culture, I want to make sure that you're not doing that with unchecked privilege. Me being, I was a former Zulu. I grew up around this. I am literally a product of lyricism stamped by individuals. I don't feel like name dropping, but I feel it's I feel it's our duty as members of the culture to provide check and balances, because other individuals aren't going to do that, especially outside of our community. This may be disseminated outside of our immediate scene, but I'm speaking directly to the scene right now. I don't give a shit who's listening. There's people in Germany who are listening right now, across the world who's listening in different states. But this is specifically an esoteric conversation. And I wanted to make sure, if you're repping our city, given that there's already specific ideas or I guess misunderstandings about how this scene is run, I want to make sure that it's properly represented, because I mean, shit, just you have my slot on my show, and if it's taken over by somebody, I need to make sure that this show right here, this show, RoQy, this is my show. This is my show. So I want to make sure that another person who I consider is talented with a pen is properly representing my culture. And yes, I say my culture because it is originally derived from Black and Latino communities. And by Latino, we mean the African diaspora. So if you're going to be a part of this, you know, having comments that ruffle feathers in the POC communities, we can't have that type of shit. So I wanted to speak to you directly on air, since what you made was a public comment. This is why I didn't pull you to the side on Saturday.
That was a very long question. What was the original? Okay, so you just want to know what, that I'm representing the culture here? Okay, first of all, I want to say that I respect that, because as I've mentioned before, it's the first time me and RoQy are really like speaking to each other. So people that listen to the show, I've already told y'all that as RoQy ran through his hip hop resume or whatever, I've done the same thing on here. I've been listening to hip-hop, writing hip-hop, as long as I can remember. I came up in this culture. This culture is more important to me than, just about anything, not a person, such as family or whatnot. And I come at things the exact same way that RoQy does. I don't like when I see people out here misrepresenting the culture of any color, because I don't think it's just white people. I think there are black people that I see that aren't really representing what I think hip hop is about either. That I think they don't really have the.
Whoa! Who are you to judge that though? Out of curiosity.
Who are you to judge that?
I am. Who am I? Are you serious? Really? Like I just. All right, never mind. I'm not gonna do this on it. That's wildly, egregiously insulting.
What I'm saying is like
I don't really appreciate being like spoken down to. Like I'm gonna have a conversation with someone, I've expected to be kind of back and forth and not sort of. I mean, you had a very long piece saying your position, so I can't. Why is it I'm not allowed to question anything you say because of your hip hop credentials, or
it has nothing to do with my hip hop credentials? It has nothing to do with hip hop credentials, because at the end of the day, I'm an independent artist, just like you, Nick, Just, Salute. So that has nothing to do with that. And that big bank takes little bank shit is corny. So what I'm talking about is from the standard of it deriving from a specific culture. If you're going to use it, there's a difference between being in it and appropriating. There's people who are not a part of it from a cultural or racial standpoint who are hip hop as fuck. Excuse my language. There's young individuals around here. I would consider Just. I would consider Nick. I would consider Tricky T, Fact. It's not necessarily a race thing, but more of a cultural standpoint, and how you represent it and how you treat it. So you could be gifted with the pen, but that doesn't necessarily mean, and I'm not saying you because I don't know you personally, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you yourself are knowledgeable in what makes hip hop hip hop. It's bigger than the elements, the 4 or 5, if you want to be technical about it. It's more of a lifestyle.
Where exactly did I offend you though with what I said?
I'm not necessarily offended myself. I feel like I'm representing the culture. So it's questions that people have. It's questions that people have. So I felt compelled.
Can I have a word dog? I missed half the show. I need some words in here. So lost. Okay, it's all good. So I mean, I don't quite understand what just happened, because you seem to be calling my hip hop credentials or credibility or whatever it may be into question, which is fine. Because you don't know me like that. You don't know if I'm really about the culture, or if I'm just found this a year ago and I'm hopping on, I'm trying it out or whatever. You know what I mean? And I see the same sort of thing with people. But then when I said that I respect that sort of thing, because I would check someone if I thought they weren't being genuine to the culture either. And then all of a sudden, what? But okay, that's what I'm about to say. How come it seems to be okay for RoQy to check someone, but if I say I don't really approve of the same sort of thing, that seems to be a big reaction.
Oh
no, I didn't mean that. You're just standing in front of me. I didn't mean to be looking at you, Nick. But I just mean in general. I don't. So I guess what's the difference between what you said about me and what I could say about, I don't know, Soldier Boy?
I think the difference is tenure in the field, my friend. Like, how old are you? 20?
Yeah.
So one thing that you said online, and it really was why I wanted to sit down with you, is you said when I'm old enough to book a bar, I'm going to change the game.
We get the bar.
And I'm going to.
That's actually what I said.
Something like that.
So,
I'm paraphrasing. If you want to quote yourself, feel free. Go ahead, speak into the mic. What exactly did you say? You said I'm 20 and I can't book a bar.
I think I was more just more putting that there as a reference to my age, just saying that, because a lot of people, my picture online is just a popsicle, my logo. A lot of people they don't even.
No,
realize
I researched you. I know you're
okay, for sure. So I was just pointing out for people when we're comparing, what one person has done and what one person has done. If one person has been doing it for 10, 12 years longer, then you would kind of expect to, obviously you would hope that person's accomplished like a bit more. So I was more pointing out, I've done not really on some brag shit, but it's like I'm trying to put something together here, and I can't even book bars or anything right now. So that's just, so it was more of that. So I don't think we'll pick up though in 21, while I'm 21.
They will.
You do a lot for 20.
You do a great job.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys.
My reference is that you don't know in Arizona without RTU.
What was that?
You don't know in Arizona without RTU's presence. You've never experienced it because you were 15 when the company was incepted.
Right.
And at 15, I'd been making music and been a practitioner in the field for over 15 years. I've been in the game since '98. I look like a vampire. I don't age. And I'll be here when you're gone because this is who I am, not what I do.
Well, we'll see about that. But
indeed, I'm challenging. I'm challenging you.
Know what I mean? Yeah.
We'll see.
I just don't like being spoken down to. But
I'm not talking down to you. I'm looking you dead in the fucking eyes with my kid on my shoulders. And I'm telling you that when you're gone, I'll still be here because this is who I am. This is what I do. You may move on to another state. You're making moves out of town. And I dig that. That's awesome. And I'm challenging you to be around 15 years from now.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you are, I'll commend you. I'll buy you dinner, send you the bottles to your table, whatever you're doing. But what I'm getting at is you don't know in Arizona without RTU. And in 2012, when I took an absence from the game to analyze it, there was only 6 local concerts in the Valley over the entire course of the whole year. RTU in 2017 alone is responsible for over 50 events. 50 events.
There were only how many concerts did you say?
50.
Oh, 50?
I've thrown 50 concerts this year alone.
And how many, you were saying there weren't any local events being thrown in 2012? 6.
6 in 2000.
There weren't any open mics or bar shows or?
Because venues didn't allow it because they saw no value in it. Because no one had shown them the market value. I showed it to them. Changed the game.
Word. I applaud that.
Yeah, man. That's not to take away from a lot of the things that I feel like you've been doing that I feel is, pretty impressive.
And also one thing I do want to say, just I feel like as referenced earlier, I am in no way anti-immigrant. I actually think immigration needs gigantic reform. I really got no problem with any Mexicans coming here. These people are in a worse position than we are. They're looking for a better life. Coming here, that's the American way. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense for there to be so many obstacles for these people to get here when people think it's a better shot to go and risk their lives and hike through the deserts for a week at a time as opposed to just go through the regular channel. So I don't want it all to be misconstrued that I'm anti-immigrant just because I'm pointing out to people what the word alien means. But I just wanted to put that there for the record in case anyone was listening and misconstrued.
I don't speak on topics that I'm not knowledgeable in. I've never tried to get papers, so I can't say that it's an easy process. In fact, I'd probably rather sneak through the desert.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
From what I've heard. So, what I'm getting at is that you're so quick to judge me and speak on my company and speak on my business model, and yet you've never took the time to call my 1-800 number or come to my office and sit down and have a conversation.
I've called RTU before, and so about events and whatnot, and what they always. Well, I don't want to say anything.
So you called like inquiring about an event or to see how we operate?
I mean,
did you genuinely want to be a part of it?
Because as I was saying years ago, when I was before I met people like Nick, before I was a part of the AZ scene, so to speak, RTU was the most visible, or it was the most prominent, whatever you call it, organization in Arizona. So I thought if I wanted to get into the scene, these would be a good people to contact. So this was a couple years ago, and when I would try to get in contact with them with things, what it always came down to basically is they were saying, how many tickets you can sell.
So you called the 1-800 number and inquired, but you never, knowing I run the company, sent me an IM?
I wasn't even on Facebook at this point. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, I had a personal Facebook, but I didn't even... That's actually really what got me into the scene, is when someone told me I needed to make, like, an unorthodox personal Facebook page where I could add people, and I started adding all the people in the scene, and that's basically where the ball started rolling. But before that, I was, like, 15, 16 years old. I was trying to get shows. It was even harder back then, I was 20.
When you called our 800 number, all you had to say is, hey, I'm a minor,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd like to get on a gig. And you know what happened is you'd had your dad call in, and we'd have comped you a show, because we comp kids shows. You can ask your boy Jalopy Bungus, who gave him his first show.
Okay, that's dope, because every time I would call, I didn't know that I have to
You
specify
sound like, I'm gonna say you're an old soul, bro. You sound like a grown-ass man. So, if you call my line on some grown man shit, you're gonna get treated like a grown man. And this is a business, bro. Like, everybody's
I
gonna
spoke to
pay
a
their
receptionist
dues.
or something. It was like
she's my assistant.
Yeah. Oh,
or one of our
somebody
booking
like
agents.
that.
Depends on when you call.
For sure, yeah. No, but I've reached out on a couple different events. Either if it was, it's been quite a while.
So,
now,
have you ever actually done one of our shows?
No, I've never actually done one of the shows, because people are always telling me it, or not people, but when I called through the line, there always was like a ticket commitment, and I was trying to tell people I can't sell any tickets. Nobody knows who I am right now, but I think I'm pretty dope.
Dog, do you know how many times I emailed KRS-One before I went on tour with him? Hundreds.
Yeah, I wasn't, trying to. I ended up just going through other avenues, you know what I mean? And like working with Cooling Out and stuff now, I'm very happy about it. I really just wish I made a Facebook fucking years ago, because everything would have been getting rolling like way earlier. But
So do you have a gripe with the company? Because you seem to speak on it negative. You say support good local hip hop, which in my opinion implies that I don't support good local hip hop. I support anyone.
Well, I'm not saying you support anyone, but
I do. I'm saying I support anyone.
I'm sorry, you support it. Okay, my bad. So, I guess it's just kind of what you were saying before, where for you, music is secondary to, which makes sense with you.
To quality of character.
Exactly, quality of character, you know what I mean? And I personally, I probably wouldn't want to work with somebody that, is of poor character, of course, so I definitely understand that. But I guess a lot in the Arizona scene, it seems like character goes further than the quality or the content a lot of the time, where it seems to be often who you know, who you're friends with, that sort of thing. No, not at all.
Misconstruing
character. I'm sorry. No, I don't mean. I'm not saying
popularity.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean saying favoritism. I'm more just saying. I think it's music. Music comes first to me, and to you,
that's exactly what I was going to say.
We have different philosophies.
So, and this is me. I can't work with people that don't make good music, and that's me personally. Mm-hmm. I just can't do it. I put people on shows because I really liked them, and I'm like, you know what, this individual is cool as hell, and they played a show, and I'm like, you know what, you're just a friend, homie. Like, I can't put you on any more shows. I don't tell them this. I just, my actions speak, because they never get booked.
Exactly. And and how I can kind of show for that is the fact that so all I can kind of show for that is the fact that the Crates show. RoQy, got something to say?
Yeah, basically at the end of the day, because I get these questions about maybe about Justus organization and from different individuals, and trying to get my opinion. And my thing is this: we all have our individual hustles and our own pursuits. We're in this for our own reasons. An analogy I used the other day, which actually yesterday, and an individual asked me about this, and what I said was, you have what you do in your own house. They have what they do in their house. Together you represent a neighborhood, but you don't go over to the other person's house and knock on their door and say, well, how you run your house ain't shit. You mind your own business and you represent your neighborhood. So that's my take on it. If you don't like it, don't go. If you like it, go. If you have respect for it, at least show respect, keep it moving. We don't have to take an opportunity to bash something that's in our own neighborhood because of your own ideologies. You go in your own neighborhood right now and people have their own religious beliefs, their own sexual orientations, their own political views, and that's fine. Let them do them, you do you, and together you have a strong neighborhood. We are all we have out here. That's why I said this was a conversation, more of an esoteric conversation directed just to the city of Phoenix, not Tucson, not Flagstaff, not Albuquerque, not Yuma, not Casa Grande, not anything outside the region, not anything outside the country. This is really a Phoenician conversation, so this is unique in its own right. So my advice is fuck it, do you, and let them keep it moving. That's my stance, my philosophy.
Word, I feel that, and that was a lot to unpack. But what I was about to say to Justus, which I think kind of emphasizes our difference in philosophies and the way. And I've only just started doing shows. I've done one show, organizing shows, and I've done one so far. I'm on I don't know, you can smirk, but it doesn't really matter for the way I tell you the philosophies are different in the way we come at it. I'm not saying one is right, one is wrong. They're just different, but. Sure. So here's my philosophy as of right now, which generally applies for most things music. So with your emphasis on character, when I booked, it was Fresco, and Jalopy Bungus, and then they had their
both dope, by the way.
Both dope. And here's the thing, I hadn't met these dudes at all previous to the show. I hadn't spoke to them like on a personal level. Like they'd send me their music, like, you know, check me out. So we briefly spoke, but we didn't know each other or anything like that. And to me, that didn't matter. You know what I mean? What matters the most is the music. Like, I didn't need to do like a interview with them really to like see if they were of the right, you know, substance of character to get on the show. To me, I was like, you guys are dope rappers, you're gonna get on the show. Because at the end of the day, even if these guys are assholes, as long as they don't fuck with my show, people are gonna go home at the end of the day. They're not gonna care what a nice guy the rapper is on stage. They're not gonna care that he's, you know, a good husband and, you know, takes care of his kids and stuff like that. And that's oh, sure.
And the way that they make music, like
either or. But when people are at a show and they're listening to the music and they're, you know, watching people in the crowd, people don't care about business acumen and the way people conduct themselves and stuff like that. At the end of the day, people want dope rappers on a dope show. When I go to a show, I want dope rappers on a dope show. I don't all the other stuff. That's secondary.
So you're saying because. Are you implying that because I allow people of character that I compromise the integrity and the quality of my talent?
Of your talent or of the
event?
Of the event? Well, I think if you're saying it's secondary, then I think it could vary. It may not.
No, it doesn't dilute it at all. Because I develop artists. Look at where Jalopy Bungus and his crew are now. They started as the infamous MCs. But their first show was on my events, and their music was terrible. But they've developed and they've grown over time. After their first show, their stage performance grew. Their music got better. But it took giving them an opportunity to allow them to do that. See, you're not willing to give someone who's whack an opportunity because you're whack. You can't get on my stage. That's not my world.
Yeah, no, so that's what I'm saying, you know what I mean?
So when you were whack, I would have given you an opportunity because at one point in your career, you were whack. I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
I was whack.
Yeah.
I sounded like DMX. It was terrible.
I can hear it now.
I'm trash.
At one point, but we all evolve. So, like, to have longevity in this industry, you have to be open-minded and work with people based on the quality of their character. In my world, to exist for a long period of time, you could throw your 1, 2, 3, 4 shows a year, and you'll do a great job because you can take your time, you can nurture the event, you can pick and choose who you want to work with and develop a whole. Dog, I throw 50 events a year and all of them are cracking. It's a science. And I develop artists all year long through that science. And by next year, this time, the artists who I developed this year will be household names. You could have been one of them, just based off the talent.
What's happening next year? Because, I mean, you've been at this for a while. How come the people from last year aren't household names?
They are.
They are.
You named them.
What are you talking about? Jalopy Bungus isn't a household name.
This isn't his year. He just
Odd
started
Squad,
making noise.
Odd Squad, J-Rob.
They're household names.
You know what I'm saying? Like
they're household names. They're household names to us because we listen to hip hop. If you go to like, just like most, if you go to like, let's say you go to see a Run the Jewels show.
Yeah.
I don't think most people there have Trap House and and Odd Squad, and that's no disrespect to them.
Yeah, it's
they
just
might
a
not
different
know
audience.
about them.
Yeah.
But the point is, if you go to Atlanta, their local artists are actual household names. You know what I mean?
We don't. Scene isn't where Arizona's scene is.
Of course, you know what I mean, and that's my that's my point.
Still an infant. In RTU, I take full responsibility and give myself credit for developing Arizona hip hop the way we have, because no one ever took the time to give people an opportunity or a platform. We did, and now we have a radio station dedicated to Arizona hip hop.
Yo, he's got like a little bottle cap. Hope he doesn't put it in his mouth.
Yo, you know, look, you're a young dude. I know what it's like to be one of the younger cats in the scene. You know, like my man Matt Locks, who just left the radio scene out here. He just called me Troublemaker TyRaiD. I definitely know what it's like to be the controversial figure, the so-called asshole. So I guess from one asshole to another, I just wanted to impart that advice. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I myself am 31 years old. I'm not trying to come here and ride on you. You know what I'm saying? That would be unethical in its own ways. But I felt that it was fitting to have this conversation in public, since it was created in public.
And what's really dope is that this is an opportunity that a lot of MCs, like especially newer MCs coming out, they don't get the chance to sit down with Justus and RoQy TyRaiD and just chop it up about the inner workings of the music community. I think that's actually pretty dope. From my perspective, I think it's super dope. And Unorthodox knows that I fucking love his music and shit. And, you know, like,
thank you, I appreciate that.
I believe in this kid. I think he's gonna do dope shit. Same with Solute over there.
Solute just chilling in the cut.
Yeah, blowing his nose.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not mad at either. You know, yeah, as Nick said, you know, it's great to, you know, sit down about these type of things, because there's never nothing I'm not willing to, you know, sit down and talk with people about. You know what I mean? And just because things are a certain way online, people can. I've told people, there are people that I hate the way they conduct themselves online, and you'll meet them and they'll be the coolest person, and you will wonder, you know, why they conduct them well. So, or, you know what I mean? You might disagree, but you might have the wrong idea about a person. You never really know. You know what I mean? So anybody listening, I would encourage you. You know, if you have disagreements with people, you and people aren't seeing eye to eye, you know what I mean? You can, if you're all reasonable people, you can sit down, you can hash it out, you can have a discussion. That's the only way that's the only way progress is made. We about to get hit with a bomb, mini bomb.
Here we go.
Boom.
Where's it at? Oh, it's this one right here. Right here.
So yeah, y'all, just be open-minded. Don't be closed-minded. Don't think that, you know, the way you just because you've been doing something for a long time a certain way doesn't mean it's the right way. You know what I mean? People got different perspectives, and it's always good to learn from people with different perspectives.
My advice is just listen a little more. Trust me. Justus Part 2 over here with the immaculate bomb timing. I love it. I'll do one myself out of that. There we go. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know, I'm all about dialogue. You know, that's the most diplomatic way to resolving situations that can get real pretty quickly. So yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to come over here and basically be thrust into the spotlight. So yeah, you know, like I said, just
I'm always cool.
Keep an open ear, you'll be good.
I prefer to do this. This is a real conversation as opposed to getting in, you know, typing out your comments on some thread with a whole bunch of, you know, other people, you know, commentating and jumping in and all this. You know, I mean, this you can actually have a discussion. People can listen for themselves. They can decide, you know, who they side with in the end. You know what I mean? So don't do any more Facebook beefing, people. You know what I mean? Get yourself a podcast, hash it out for the public.
Yeah, Facebook beef is going. It's going nowhere.
Oh no, it's always gonna happen. But I hope maybe one or two listeners they might be persuaded. They might hear this sort of discourse and go, you know what, this seems a little bit more productive than, you know, reaction images and stuff like that. This might be the way to go.
So there we go. Dialogue solves it, man. So the community's about hip-hop. This is what this shit is about. People may have conflicting ideologies and things of that nature, but if you take the time to sit down and chop it up with the other individual, you might discover something new within you know, yourself or the other individual, and instead of thinking, oh, this guy's a dick. It could go one of two ways tonight. You know, you end up leaving with a third opportunity. Instead of going either way of any of those two routes, you come out understanding the other person on a deeper level. So again,
it's all about. Even if you don't understand, even if you don't agree with the other person, even if you disagree with everything they believe, at least you can walk away with an enhanced perspective of why this person believes what they believe. Even if you think they're wrong, you can at least have perspective going forward. When you meet other people with that, you know, with that mindset, you can at least understand it a little bit more and say there's probably reasons for what they believe.
Well,
you know?
I mean, when you're talking about music and hip-hop specifically, a lot of people kind of hold hip-hop differently. You know what I mean? It is like, it's the only genre of music that is almost like a lifestyle choice, like a what am I? It is literally like a religion. You know what I'm saying?
It's even deeper than a religion. It's literally, it's how people. For me, it's how I breathe. It's how I wake up in the morning. It's how I get in my car. It's, you know. Yeah. This is literally how you identify. This is a literal culture by definition. You know. Yeah. The culture is back. God damn it.
And to every person you meet, you're kind of a representative of hip hop.
And that's literally what spurred this. All right, Just and Lil Just, and that's what spurred this my part of this conversation. You know what I'm saying? We represent something powerful, and whether or not you recognize it or acknowledge it, there's people who are going to follow you and take on your ideologies based on what you disseminate out there. And if what you say may be deemed as offensive or culturally ignorant, then some of those people who could have taken the opportunity to have been educated through the proper platform, you know, you lead them down there. You know, you lead them down a darker, more ignorant, less connected path. And that's where my part in this conversation comes in, because while I myself am not part of the Latino community, I'm still a person of color, and I relate on a human level from the stance of solidarity. So that's why I didn't necessarily go as deep as where I could have, because it's not necessarily my place. But as a minority, it is my place still to create questions and dialogue.
I feel I got compassion for all people, though. You know what I mean? As in, like, I don't see things tribally like at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not Hispanic, but I'll still donate money to Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? These are people going through hard times. Like, and all of us are in a position to help. You know what I mean? And everybody listening, you should. And that's why I've always viewed things. You know what I mean? Because it's not like I don't see race or anything like that. Like, of course people do, but it's like at the end of the day.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? But it's like at the end of the day, we're people. Like I have no more empathy for a white person than I do for a black person, a brown person, red, yellow. You know what I mean? So.
But there's always things you can learn from every pocket of life, and that's one thing that maybe it was ignorance or whatever, but like it took me a long time to really get into someone else's shoes. I have two brothers that are half black, and and I didn't really understand as much. I remember them coming home when we were young, when racist shit would happen to them, and I'd be like, "Oh man, that sucks. Let's go beat their ass." But I didn't like think of it like from their feeling perspective. You know what I'm saying? So
that's their life.
Yeah, like that's their skin they're walking around in. Yeah. That. Like literally, right. You know what I mean?
I mean, hip hop has been largely what's made me as soon as I started listening to hip hop so early.
Yeah.
And with the way I was raised with very, liberal, open-minded parents, I was pretty much always aware of that. You know what I mean? Like it was, and that's part of what is great about hip hop. You know what I mean? That people from there, you can gain from it from all different types of life. You can gain different perspectives.
And you can always continue to gain.
Exactly, and not even just rappers. Forever. I mean, I grew up listening, like watching Chappelle's Show, watching the Boondocks, watching, Chris Rock, Bigger and Blacker, Never Scared, like all that.
That doesn't necessarily guarantee that you empathize and understand their experience. Maybe not from a first person perspective, but I feel, because one of the things that had actually upset me was when you had said you had made a subliminal comment about what I said about you, and you said something about performing with these black people over here and these black people over there and these black people in Atlanta and these black people over here, and it almost felt from the standpoint of like objectifying or overly leading with race, which like I have black friends. That's what it sounds like, and of course that's going to be offensive, and that's going to make me want to either talk to you or beat your ass, one of the two. So that's why I decided to come on here and engage in dialogue, because we can meet at a table and figure out people from a more human standpoint or a diplomatic standpoint, as opposed to just brawling off on some street and
sure.
shit.
And the reason I said that, and the reason I was feeling frustrated when I posted that, was because first of all, I guess one of the largest things is that what frustrated me is just you don't know me. Like you don't know me personally. This is the first time we've really sat and talked to each other. So I've never appreciated the fact that you've on numerous occasions made very broad, sweeping accusations about me being a racist, about me not being sensitive to race, about a whole wide range of topics, which are all
based on what you were saying.
Of course, but those are all your opinion. And
but based on what you were saying, though,
okay,
so you can't blame that.
Right. Yeah, I can't blame you for your opinion. Your opinion is yours. But to me, it's I was more pointing out it felt rather stupid to me that after being on the road for 3 weeks and sleeping in the same room with, staying with, eating with basically nothing but black people exclusively, for the whole time and being able to have it be all love. You don't know what my travels are like or who I interact with, and then to come back, I don't even know what exactly spurred the comment from you, but I remember like the first day back, you started posting online about me being a racist and this, that, and the other.
Yeah, based on what you were saying.
What did I actually say when I got back?
That was definitely in response to the comments about the aliens and
the alien thing was damn near a year ago.
Okay,
like, those were different situations. So I don't remember the exact,
this was definitely building.
Comment.
Hold on, because I'm still going. This was definitely something building at that time. And you had made comments about that, and when certain of our brown brothers and sisters were inquiring about what you had meant, no, it was them, because you were responding, because there were a lot that were, and you were responding to them. Yeah, there was like 6 or 7. I had nothing to do with that really particular conversation. Don't do this right now. So you were responding from a standpoint that felt a bit defensive, as opposed to just doing like I was saying, which was listening. And then you go and post something about having these black friends and hanging out with these black friends and sleeping at this spot with these black people, and it just felt as if you were trying to prove a point, as if you're saying, well, I have black friends, or I know black people, or I work with black people, so therefore I can't be racist.
Pointing out that you don't know me, that you don't know me at all, that you don't know who I hang out with, you don't know who I associate with, you don't know who I have love for, who has love for me. You don't know me at all. You don't know if I have a little brother that's adopted and is black. You don't know me at all.
I was cleaning between the keys, but I mean that deserves applause as well.
Deserves applause. So that's my point. It wasn't me saying.
No,
so it was me pointing out that you don't know who I am, where I've been, who I know, any of these things. So why are you making these wild assumptions about me?
It was based on the conversations and the dialogue that you had created in a public space. So of course, again, so if you create dialogue in a certain space and they challenge you publicly, then you can't really be.
There's a difference between challenging someone and labeling them as a racist.
Well, I mean, if it quacks enough times.
So you still think I'm a racist?
I have the opportunity to engage in dialogue with you, so that's yet to be determined.
Okay, but you don't say that.
I'm going to go on the benefit and provide you the benefit of the doubt and just assume that you're not.
Okay, how can you provide me the benefit of the doubt now, but then you want to jump on Facebook?
Because I had the opportunity to sit down and talk with you right now. But right now, when it was just
before you label people.
No, when you are projecting specific imagery or words and rhetoric.
I got thousands of Facebook friends. How come black people aren't on? How come all black people aren't on me every day? How come it seems to be you that particularly gets
It's
offended?
not particularly me, by the way. It was an overwhelming majority of the people who are considered veterans out here who are POC. So these are conversations that are had. Just because it's not said directly to your face, because they don't happen to be in your face, doesn't mean that there isn't dialogue that's being disseminated out there.
Were there no people of color also defending me and saying that you guys didn't really have a point either?
No, not that.
That is actually not true. I recall.
So,
all right, well, you can say that, but that's absolutely not true.
The entire point of this conversation is really just about engaging in dialogue and discovering the other individual's standpoint.
And as I said, I think that's the sort of thing you need to do before you start labeling people you've never met.
And you also,
mean?
Again, like I was saying, what you put out there in the universe is how you're going to be perceived. I'm
fine with the way I'm perceived, Joe. You're the only one that really perceives me this way, to be honest with you.
Okay, yeah, that's.
I mean, there aren't
definitely false, but okay.
Sure, I mean, you could probably think I wouldn't be surprised if there are a couple. That's fine with me. But it's like at the end of the day, there are tons of people that ride with me. There are tons of people that support me. All races. I could maybe even say most of them are POC. So it's not really going to bother me if I post some status and 3 people of color get offended and 20 people of color like it. You know what I mean?
So that's definitely a misrepresentation. But okay, for the sake of unnecessary arguments, you can have that. But anyways, on to other things. Nick?
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
What does Solute have to say about anything today? I haven't heard a peep out of Solute.
Yeah. So no, and this is crazy because this is a lot of conversations that, like, honestly, when you and Justus were talking, I feel like that was something that needed to be spoken with you and Justus, with you and RoQy. I feel like honestly, knowing both you guys are very, very similar in many, many ways. Like, it's
used to talk all the time.
Yeah.
For like a year, and then that ended very abruptly and very publicly.
And honestly, I think this is what's cool is that I know you're both gonna walk out of here and you're not gonna be like, fuck that dude, I hate him. You know what I mean? Like, or at least I hope not.
Yeah.
Because you're both, you know,
I'm a
intelligent.
grown-ass man. It's not even that serious.
Yeah. You're both intelligent human beings that you feel one way or another about this very specific topic, and I really, you know, I just, without speaking on it or saying something, because I always manage to say something totally stupid.
You
but
accidentally press the applaud button at like the worst time.
Yeah, like, and, you know, and I do shit like that. But, okay, so I'm just glad you guys got to sit down here and talk it out. I hope that it builds a little respect, a mutual respect between each other for actually being able to have the conversation and not being scared of approaching the conversation with how you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, there were a couple times I noticed you kind of were back on your heels a little bit against RoQy, and there were times when RoQy was on his heels against you, and that happens, and that just means you're both grown-ass men being able to have a conversation. Now, what I would like to see going forward at some point is you two rocking a show together. You guys rocked the RoQy the Rugged Man show together. That shit was dope. Beginning to end, that was a dope-ass show.
One of the best I've been to. You know what I mean?
Like,
phenomenal show.
Hands down. And, I mean, this is just the beginning of something dope, because like RoQy said in the beginning, RoQy's been on the show for years, and literally you as a co-host are like you're like taking the reins, even though RoQy knows he's welcome back here whenever the hell he wants. Like, anytime he wants to come through, he's welcome. Same with you, same with Solute. But RoQy's got that grandfather clause, you know what I'm saying, where he can call me on a Sunday night and be like, yo, can I come through tomorrow? He can call me on a Monday afternoon and I'll be like, dude, yeah, come through. You know what I'm saying? So this wasn't like a setup or a sting operation on anybody's behalf. I kind of felt like it was going to turn into something crazy, but like it's three people with opposing views on many things. You, Justus, unorthodox Justus, and RoQy TyRaiD, and Justus and RoQy TyRaiD have had similar conversations on the air before, and it's just cool to see everything kind of happen right here.
Yeah,
so
if I'm gonna have a conversation off the air, I'll have it on the air with people. You know what I mean? Or on the air with them not there, I'll have it on the air with them there.
I will tell you, I've learned a lot about. I'm going to sound stupid saying this. Race relations. It's not even race relations. It's
but it is
sensitivity. It's racial sensitivity,
and it's that
I've learned
too.
so much from RoQy TyRaiD, because I thought, because you know, this, for whatever reason, this or that reason, that I'm automatically like, yeah, dude, I'm not racist at all. I am not racist. I know I'm not racist, but there are things that I do that are racially insensitive, and I don't realize it because of my place of white privilege. You know what I'm saying?
And that's exactly what we're getting at.
And that is the point RoQy was trying to make. And honestly, as a experience to grow from, you know, learning something from someone, like, you're not going to get someone that's as honest as this motherfucker right here, RoQy TyRaiD. He will tell, if you say something stupid, he'll tell you right there in your face. And it's like, you know, you can either like fight it, or you can like go, okay, you know what, I'm going to put that in the mental Rolodex. I'm going to stew on it for a couple days and find, you know what, I see where he's coming from with that, because
if there's 4 or 5 people who share the same thought pattern about a specific subject matter, regardless if there's other individuals who may feel otherwise, there's a reason why those people have the same perspective. And I challenge you to really look into that, as opposed to getting defensive and having to defend the fact that you feel that you are not a racist. I don't know you. I'm not going to say whether you are or not. I'm going to, based off the fact that you do hip hop and you're knowledgeable of a lot of things pertaining to the culture, assume that you are not. But I challenge you to...
I'm glad you can make that assumption now that we're...
Well, I mean, we had no opportunity to chop it up. You know, our entire dialogue consisted of online back and forth or DM shit about hip-hop before all that. So I have nothing to gauge you off as a person, just like you do not of me. So I just challenge you as a young dude to take the opportunity to just slow down and listen. And it's not like me big homieing you or anything like that. You yourself have the spirit of a fighter, and I understand where you come from that standpoint. So I'm not big homieing you. I'm giving you big homie advice, if that makes any sense. So this is something that I picked up over the years that I like to take the opportunity to give to younger MCs that are coming in and finding their way, so they don't make some of the mistakes that I did in other paths.
Absolutely, and on the kind of referencing back to what I said earlier about music versus character and that sort of thing, and how objective I keep it. People would talk to me about who are the best MCs in Arizona, or who do I think are some cats here that are like on my level, and I would tell people, yo, that RoQy TyRaiD dude, I don't get along with him. We don't have the best opinions of each other, but the dude can spit. I'm not gonna deny that. You know what I mean? And that's the way I am with music, because it's like, because if I don't do that, then if I say someone's whack or something, that person might think, oh, well, maybe he's just got some beef with them.
Yeah,
no,
just being salty.
If I'm beefing, I'll give that person their due. You know what I mean? And it's because they're my homies. I'm not gonna big them up if they're not about it. You know what I mean? You can
That's
always
just
expect
genuine shit. Like
exactly.
there's plenty of people who I've come across, and there's a couple individuals I feel like name dropping right now because they're pieces of shit. Who make phenomenal music.
Absolutely,
they make phenomenal music, and if I didn't really have that personal connection, I would listen to it a little bit more. But there's some talented individuals who are great, and on the flip side, which goes into the conversation you and Justus.
And it'll be interesting. It actually got me thinking. Speaking to Justus, because I think often with Arizona hip hop and the people that are our version of household names or whatever, you know what I mean? How they're representing the state. And I started thinking with the way Justus is doing it, like, I think I would just want the dopest MC. Like, I guess here's the question. Would you rather have the dopest MCs representing your state, or the MCs of the... Okay, from your perspective, we share a lot of the same opinions music-wise. Not on a lot of other things, but music-wise, we're pretty eye and eye on stuff. So, like, would you rather have the people who you think are, like, the dopest MCs repping the state, or would you have the people that you think are of the highest character? Because we could have some super... I'm not even that big of a fan of his, but we could have some super dope, XX-Tentacion running around that maybe... Let's say I'm not even a fan of his. Let's say he made super dope music. That's a great rep, but at the same time, it's a bad rep because we have some dude repping our state that, is beating up women and doing all sorts of, crazy-ish. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, so that's a little far off on the other side of the scale, but I mean...
Exactly, so I'm saying, where would
character,
you...
Character, because...
Character?
What is dope? Dope is perspective, like, I may like this easel, I may like Basquiat. You may like Warhol. Somebody may like Norman Rockwell.
Some stuff's whack,
you know what
though.
I'm saying?
Like, we can acknowledge, like, we got 4 dope artists, and we can acknowledge some stuff is whack. Some stuff doesn't come down to opinions. Some dudes cannot rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, would you rather have, like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, would I rather have dudes repping the state that are real honorable individuals but can't rap, or dudes that can rap their ass off but might, beat their girlfriend or something like that?
I mean, but
I'm not totally sure. You know what I mean? I guess I would lean towards character, but the music purist in me would rather.
I mean,
I don't know.
I think you might be a little bit too hard on, or too literal on the word character. I feel like he's from a standpoint of just being genuine individuals. There's some people,
totally.
There's some people who may not be like the greatest spitters, but I still listen to their music. I mean, I myself, bar out and motherfucker, I don't care, but like, I listen to music from all different subgenres of hip hop, and think of it like this: how many people who are considered like the top right now are within the same lane lyrically or creatively? I mean, like, they're all dope in what they do. I mean, like, you have your J-Robs, you have your Traps, you have your Be The Rulers, your Mega Rands, myself, your Mouse Powell, who's the
totally dope.
One of the most different and dopest, one of the most dope artists out here. You know what I'm saying? So, what is ill? What is good to you? Like, I mean, obviously there's like polished, but we're talking about the standpoint of who can rap over the best loop, or who has the best double entendres or whatever.
There's a lot to it. We can sit here forever and talk about all that sort of thing, but in the end, it's like all of us know dope when we hear it, and we know when we don't. You know what I mean? And it's like, obviously there's tons of different stuff. There's stuff that I'll hear something new and it won't even fit what I thought my criteria of dope was, and that's even doper to me. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. I never even thought of somebody coming at something like this. So there's all types of levels, but at the end there is, there's crap also. You know what I mean? But to be honest, you don't even have to weigh that too much at the time, because like, as I said, I booked all those dudes for the Crates shows, like Jalopy Bungus, for example. Never met him ever since then, and meeting him.
Video,
we've been building.
By the way, man.
Oh yeah, the video. Yeah, watch his video. You know what I'm saying? But and then just through chopping it up with him at the show, video shoot, bringing him on here, we got real tight. You know what I mean? Yeah. We realized that we have the type of character that Justus was talking about, that business character, and the way we operate. So absolutely, I want to work with people like that because I see them going the same places I am. Yeah. But at the same time, if Jalopy Bungus couldn't fucking rap, I wouldn't care. Because it doesn't matter how good your business acumen is, how well you move, how well you network. If you're whack at the end of the day, people aren't going to listen to your music and people aren't going to care.
Now, to say that people aren't going to care, bullshit, because Lil B is like the fucking ambassador.
Bruh, I can't even lie. Like, that is my guilty pleasure. I will listen the fuck out of some Lil B right now.
We'll listen to it.
Yeah, I will listen to some Lil B. I don't care.
Lil B like parody though. Like y'all like Salute. You know Lil B.
You know he is.
Yeah, he's definitely serious. No,
you can totally tell when he's serious.
He's definitely serious.
You think Lil B is serious? Here's when I found out. Here's when I knew Lil B. Here's when I knew Lil B wasn't serious, yo. Here's when I found out. I used to think the dude was actually serious. Wasn't quite sure if he was joking. After listening to his music, I was like, this dude might be joking. And then I heard in an interview, they're like, who are your biggest influences, or who do you listen to? And
he's a spitter.
He's like MF Doom. He's a spitter. Nas. I'm like, yo, this dude is not making this type of music, and then going.
But what about Kool Keith? What about Kool Keith though?
Ain't the same as Lil B.
His shit's weird though.
But his shit is weird, and he will still bar you out though. Like, that's the point.
And I ain't that big on Kool Keith. Like personally, he's one of those dudes that I like. I'll be like, yeah, I respect what he does. I don't necessarily, that's not really my type of thing to listen to. But Kool Keith came at it so different and so original, whereas Lil B just exaggerated whatever.
I just did a show with fucking Kool Keith. I did a show with Kool Keith. He literally played. I swear to God, he played like 50 songs. I swear. And what you did that in Phoenix the next night, right?
Yeah.
And he just played like 7 seconds of each song. And it was the most glorious shit ever.
Wow, really?
And
that's his catalog, bro.
And he just walked around. He just walked around with like a Patron bottle and like a fucking old school 1930s leather helmet.
Man, that's so
and
so
like
crazy.
with like stunner shades.
Yo, it's
and
so
it was the
wack.
illest shit. But he will bar you out.
What's so whack is I was in Oakland and I had like Michael. He's cool with Kool Keith, Michael Hannon, who I was staying with, and we were like on the VIP list and shit to go like see Kool Keith and all that. And it was like an 18 and up show, and I fucking lost my ID the same day as it.
Oh, damn.
And I never found it. And I was able to fly back here, fortunately, even without my ID. But man, so I almost got to see all the wild shit that you're talking about in very close proximity. But hopefully next time I'll be able to catch Kool Keith, because that sounds like nothing I've seen before.
He's original.
Kool Lil B. Original, how so? I mean, don't you? What did he do originally?
He paved like the way for all.
500 songs on a mixtape alone.
But what's like the Arza of rappers?
But Gucci Mane was already doing stuff like that, wasn't he?
500 songs.
That's what I'm saying. He was an exaggeration of what most of it was. It was like at the time, what was
he
really
created
going on
something.
Was like,
he created like the bass god shit. Like
when you look at
there's still people who are.
I just saw Lil B at Iro Day. I know that people still fuck with Lil B. You know what I mean? And I'm cool with Lil B. I became cool with Lil B when I realized that I don't think dude's really taking himself seriously. You know what I mean?
But what if that is taking yourself seriously?
Because I've heard him actually rap before.
But that doesn't have to be there's some days where I can just bar out and I'm just not really trying. And somebody be like, yeah, it's dope, but it's like my heart is not in it. And there's some songs where I can just half-ass through it and my heart is
bitch mob, yo. He called his fans the bitch mob. Y'all really think this dude isn't joking and not? You think he's taking it seriously? Motherfucker, bitch mob.
But you know what? He's a fucking entertaining motherfucker.
There's reasons why he's constantly on ESPN where. He has the Little B curse that superstitious dumbass people seem to believe.
You know what I mean? Like,
and that's original, and that's hip hop.
Okay, yeah, you know,
and that's dope.
I guess from a personality standpoint, I don't think there, or even what he actually is doing. I guess if we're agreeing on what he's doing, which I see as like sort of like parody-ish. I don't think there's actually been like a parody rapper who like is in rap. You know what I mean?
Dicky.
Like. Lil Dicky, like
he's a parody, bro. He made an entire album from every
you know what?
genre.
You could say that, but the thing that just goes to show it though, because Lil B came before. I don't think there was a dude actually that wasn't like us. Because Lil B was a rapper, like in the pack and stuff first,
absolutely.
And then went over. Like there might have been stand-up comedians that made like some parody rap records or something like that. But I don't think
media training. Don't say anything bad, Rock. All right, no. All right.
Say it, Rock.
Nope.
Say it, Rock.
Because y'all don't give a shit about me on a personal level, I'll fuck my career up and y'all be like, oh, I learned.
All right, Rock. Stay cool.
But yeah, no, I acknowledge that. Now, Lil B definitely was original in like the whole sort of way he came at it. But the thing that's been so funny ever since Lil B came out, and I wasn't really quite sure if he was like taking himself seriously or not. That's happened on like numerous occasions since then, and I found out that motherfuckers really were taking themselves seriously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's every few years there's like rap hits a new. It's obviously all subjective, but like in a mainstream sense, it hits like a new kind of low to me. It's hitting highs and lows all the time.
It's going to come back around, though. It's going to come back around. Before you got here tonight, we had a little conversation about hip hop coming back around, making it full circle, and it's going to happen, and it's all good.
It is.
Oh, and you and me are talking about. I love where it's at right now. There's
it's
some of the
coming
best
back.
Stuff.
I know personally.
Right now, there's the best stuff coming out and the worst stuff coming out. You know what I mean? Just depends where you look. But when I hear the worst stuff, I really be like. Is this like Lil B 2.0? Like, is this a parody or?
But at some point, you know what? This hip hop is a multifaceted creative outlet for all types of different creative people.
Yeah.
You know, so the Lil B's, the Cool Keiths, the Black Thoughts, you know what I mean? There's this gigantic spectrum of creativity, and people are going to use it how they're going to use it. Yeah. And people are going to love it. They're going to hate it. But some people love Lil B. Some people hate him.
And you can always find stuff like.
Yeah.
I saw a post on Instagram earlier today that put it's simple but put it well. It's like hip hop isn't dead. You just aren't listening to the right artists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can always find dope stuff, even though there's stuff that is coming out that makes me go, what the fuck? There's other stuff that makes me go, what the fuck?
So just kind of rounding this back, so I know we're getting short on time here.
Yeah.
Like rounding this back to what we were talking about earlier, I guess between you and Justus, and my input, it's just, if you don't like what someone else is doing, just do your own shit. And then now you have the keys to your own castle. Because that lane is always going to be there. Like you said, I've known Justus for like, 10, 7, 11 years? He's going to stay.
Yeah.
What he represents going to stay. And I respect I respect his influence out here.
Absolutely. And one thing I want to say,
I respect the other aspects of what makes this culture a whole as well.
Exactly. People need to realize, like, people a lot of time will really take the stuff I say on Facebook to heart, and I do mean what I say. But at the end of the day, I'm just speaking my mind. I'm not actually trying to convince people of this, that, and the other. I had people hit me up when I was talking about how I do, free verses for people who I think are dope, or I only work with people who are dope, so I only give free verses, that type of thing. People are coming at me saying, you're not going to convince anyone to do things your way, and this, that. I'm not trying. This is Facebook. I figure, what does Facebook say when you put in a status? What's on your mind?
Yeah.
I just say what's on my mind. You know what
Media
I mean?
training, Doug.
What you say?
You learn.
Yeah, media training.
You will learn. Fast. That's what we're here for.
I've heard you've learned.
Yes. You heard it from me.
Oh, yeah.
Troublemaker TyRaiD.
Troublemaker TyRaiD.
God damn it.
Yeah, we should wrap this, though.
So I got out here. Yeah, man. So, so I appreciate y'all having me over here, even though it's my goddamn house. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Nick. It's really Nick's house.
Anytime.
Nick's house. I still have a room in here, though.
Yo, and we might move over to
different locale.
Just to, I guess, stream from Icon Radio. Justus brought it up earlier.
Hopefully,
so we might take advantage of that one of these days.
Probably not.
I'm
saying hopefully it's closer to Tempe, but probably not.
No, it's at Glendale in the 17.
And for anybody had any comments or anything, you guys are probably talking back and forth or tweeting and texting your friends and colleagues. If you have any questions you may want to direct directly to me, you can find me at RoQy TyRaiD, RoQy TyRaiD, on all socials, your Instagrams, your Twitters, your Facebooks, all that nonsense. Facebook.com/thecultureisback, thecultureisback.com. Once again, shout out to everybody who checked out that Crown Me video. That's really appreciated. And boom.
I'm gonna grab the mic one fucking time to say this. He is the only artist who ever actually plugged him fucking self. Thank you, RoQy.
Rocky's on
the
that
reason I'm not broke with this rap shit anymore.
Dope. All right, well, it's been another interesting Monday. Yo, this was a crazy show, and I just want to thank everybody's participation and fucking... Man, like, we literally listened to like 3 songs the whole fucking show.
And shout out to Nick for being friends with everybody. He don't matter. He don't care who his friends with.
I just love everybody.
Everybody's cool with Nick.
Everybody love everybody.
Everybody love everybody.
Yeah, man.
You get what you give.
And rappers, if you're salty, battle me. It's a bad idea.
Oh yeah, by the way, the next lyrical beatdown, RoQy TyRaiD, you're gonna be a judge.
I will be a judge for that.
RoQy TyRaiD will be a judge.
And I will be very fucking honest because there's a lot of bullshit lyricism out there right now from some of you individuals who are representing that. And once again, talking directly, I am.
They might be original.
Oh, shut up! Shut the fuck up! Get me out of here!
Well played.
Y'all have a good night. Radio Super. Clean up radio on Spreaker.
We are those dudes. We are ones to say who's whack.